Let's go blue. Today's the day, baby. We've been talking about it for a year. Houston or bust. It started January 10th last year. Maybe actually right before that. Might actually start like January 1st. I think the first time I went back and our stuff was January 10th. But we might have talked about it, Houston or bust, right after the loss to TCU. But it's been a year. It's coming. 363 days since we put that on a show, at least as far as I can tell. And today's the day. Michigan's either going to be the national champion tonight or they're going to be the national championship tonight, because there's 0% chance that they are losing this game. I'm 100% confident when this game kicks off. Probably, it says 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's always like 8:02 lately, I feel like. So, tune in game tonight. Or if you are in Houston, you guys can get with us. We are getting started. A lot of stuff going on today. We had to film some stuff here early and had to delay our live 15 minutes and kind of scrambling. But we will be live probably as long as you guys have us, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. Then we'll probably head over to the stadium around 3:30 or so. Here in a moment, I'll tell you where we're going to park. We're trying just to do a tailgate. I'm going to the game tonight as a fan. I'm going to, all media stuff aside, the second this live game is over. So I got my game day outfit on, right? I got my hat. When have I ever wore a hat on the show outside of something like quick at home? So I'm excited. So let's get this bad boy popping. Let's take a look at some of the chat. Spam the chat right now here on the Michigan Football Report. And make sure you guys vote in that poll at the top of the screen. Who you got tonight, Michigan or Washington? I'll tell you what, I feel like we've got the Washington guys running scared because Brock Heward, former Huskies quarterback, analyst, radio in Seattle. He was doing his live radio show 3 tables down from us this morning, 3 hours, talking to us during break. And I said, hey, Brock, let's do the Butler bet. Butler bet, you confident? Whoever loses, the other guy goes to you go to the other guy's house, full tuxedo. You are his butler for 24 hours. I have to fly to Seattle, I have to fly to Dallas, whatever it is, he wouldn't make the bet. He wouldn't make the bet. I would have made it, so I think that's foreshadowing to what's going to happen tonight, the confidence level. He's inside that program. He knows what's going on. So type Go Blue. If you're a Michigan fan, comment in that poll above. Let's get the, comment today with the same veracity and the same, excitement and same, I guess, skill that you think this Michigan football team needs to play with tonight. So however many comments you put in the live chat, that's how many points Michigan's going to score. However fast you type, that's how fast Michigan's going to play. And we got $200 super chat, Jack. We have a $200 super chat. He already beat Tuna. There he is. Strike 3. He's on the Hard Hat Club. Chase, do it. Go for it. Might as well strike 3. $200 super chat. I wasn't even. I had to run to get on this thing. My helmet's around here somewhere. If you guys want to grab me my hard hat helmets. So I think you are on the commemorative hard hat that was delayed by Amazon. It's still not delivered. It's supposed to be delivered last night by 10 o'clock. Still, we had a problem with the delivery. You're all this strike 3. You're on there. First $200 super chat. Keep the chat rate going as I'm kind of getting organized here. As we're away from home studio. We're here at Media HQ. It's what's the hotel? It's the JW Marriott at Galleria in just west of Houston, about 10 minutes from the stadium. Strike 3. A producer of the show. He says, long time coming, Go Blue. Thank you so much for the $200 super chat. That's insane. We got 20 coming in from Joey, $20 super chat. First time super chat for Joey, so let's get one for him. Hail to Joey for the first time super chat. Go Blue. There you go, Joey. Didn't even write anything. Just want to donate $20 to the cause. That's going to buy producer Jack's first shot at the game today. You guys buy stuff. We went to the Rose Bowl. Ashley got me a beer, her a wine, and Preston a lemonade, right? Those 3 things, and I think a thing of candy, $81. It was $19 a drink at the Rose Bowl. Are you kidding me for an alcoholic drink? It's insane. Yeah, I guess. But so there you go. $20, Joey. Thank you so much, Joey, for that super chat. Jack, show the people the super chat menu because we've already got 2. Didn't even show you the menu. It's probably the greatest super chat menu of all time because it comes with some things that money just can't buy these things. But we found a way to put money on them, and you can actually buy them here only on the Michigan Football Report. So there you see it. I'm going to adjust this monitor so I can see a little bit better. Super chat will put you on the show, give you a shout out, answer your question. $10 a wheel spin. We'll show you what's on that menu in a second. $50 commemorative national championship hard hat as Joey puts another $20 super chat. But I want to go through the menu really quick, Jack, if we still can. $20, or is that up on the screen now or not? Okay, well, we don't have preview and program the same as we did yesterday then, so let's change that back. $50 name on the national championship hard hat. So we've got the hard hats here. Everyone knows, one hard hat. Everyone knows the rules. We got many of them. You get your name. You're on the end screen starting in middle of February. Okay, cool. Sounds good, Jack. Getting a little organized here. We had another group using our stuff prior to us. Some folks here at Chat Sports, they're down there. $100. $50 gets your name on the commemorative hard hat, right? We're going to put it as part of our studio. We're going to make it. I'm going to hold it up in the intro video coming up here as we redo some stuff after the season. And $100, how about this one? Check that one out. Right there. $100 super chat. Michigan beats Washington. It's pretty simple. $200 super chat that we already got here from Strike 3. So Strike 3, if you want to either DM me on Twitter, it's at James Yoder, or hell, if you want to put your number in the live chat, give me your number. If you got an iPhone, I will FaceTime you after the game. I will FaceTime you. We will celebrate together. $200. So Strike 3. Jack and I are going to FaceTime Strike 3 after the game. Joey with another $20 super chat. My main guy, Joey. Michigan needs to fix their special teams if they want to win tonight. And look, that performance against Alabama, you had a muff punt on the second possession for Michigan by Samaj Morgan. You didn't miss the extra point. You bobbled the bad exchange, long snapper to the holder with that first extra point. And then you had the missed field goal in the fourth quarter, and then the disaster could have been the worst play in college football history. Jake Thaw fumbling the ball at the 3-yard line, recovering it at the 1. Joey, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. You're going to get 4 stickers on one of our normal hard hats, but we're actually out of room. We brought up one, but it got filled up. So we'll get you definitely on the next live show, the celebratory show. Maybe we get back to Dallas. But $20 from Joey. Also want to tell you guys about Prize Picks. We've been loving Prize Picks here all season long at the Michigan Football Report. It's the easiest and fastest way to play daily fantasy sports. You just pick more or less on player stats to win up to 25 times your money. All right, here are the Prize Picks that we're going to look at. I haven't made my pick yet, but we're kind of deciding between these ones. So Michael Penix, 300.5 yards passing. J.J. McCarthy, 200.5. You just pick more or less. So will J.J. throw for more or less than basically 200.5 yards? How about rushing yards? J.J. McCarthy, Blake Corum, more or less than 23.5 for J.J. Let me know what you guys are thinking as you say in this. I think Blake Corum on 100 yards. That's pretty high, more or less. Because remember, it was 79.5 for the Alabama game, right? So there you go. And then those both Michigan players over on the receiving side. Rome Odunze from Washington, maybe the best wide receiver in the country. Him or Marvin Harrison, 97.5 yards receiving, more or less. And then Roman Wilson, 51.5 yards. Go to Prize Picks. You pick 2 more of those picks for this game tonight. And there's a bunch of other ones like J.J. McCarthy touchdowns. I think it's over 1.5. I Blake Corum, if it's not in there, I bet his over-under, his more or less touchdowns would be 1.5, honestly, Blake Corum, right? Because he's scoring 2 touchdowns a game pretty much this entire year. And you get a $100 deposit match, up to $100 deposit match. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. You got to use that code. Supports the show. Plus, you get up to $100 deposit match. It's super fun. Try it out tonight for the national championship game or continue on through the NFL playoffs into baseball season and beyond. prizepicks.com/CLNS. Link and promo code or in the live chat and down in the description of today's Michigan Football Report live national championship preview. What year did you become a Michigan football fan? I've always said, whether it's true or not, I don't actually remember. My first season I remember was 1991. Desmond Howard, Pose, Heisman, beating Ohio State, going to the Rose Bowl. We're just talking about it. Brock Heward earlier, as I mentioned, that Rose Bowl team, they played Washington that year, and that Washington team, that was basically their national championship game. They won the national championship, a split national title with Miami in the pre-BCS era of 1991. He had a split title in 90, 91, and then Nebraska claims they split it with Michigan in 97. But we all know who would have won that game. $10 super chat right there, coming in from Brad Bucher, right? Brad, a longtime supporter of the show. Multiple Hard Hat Club member, a producer. Let's go Blue. Win the whole fucking thing. 2005 Natty Champs. Next year too? All right, I'll take it. Go Blue. Brad, glad to see you in the house. Glad to see you supporting the show. It's going to be crazy. Strike 3 says Houston or bust. We are here. And Houston or bust never for me, Jeff. People say, oh, Natty or bust. I put it last week, Houston or bust. Houston never to me, right? It never meant make it, win it. Houston or bust. The word Houston means win this bad boy. 1997 from Flight Right 49, his first season. Outdoor Montana in the house. He says, Yoder, I haven't seen him in a while. Outdoor Montana in the house for this national championship preview. And we're just going to free flow today, guys. We are going to completely free flow. Now, if you're at the game, here coming up in a couple minutes, we will get I'll show you a photo of where we are going to sit at this game night. Jack, I actually sent you the link as an accident to Jason Bradford. I'll toss it up on screen at any point. Brad's got a wheel spin. Okay, cool. So show him the wheel spin first, Jack. If you want to put up the list. We got a $100 super chat coming in from Chris Latadere. Oh, that's your mom. Latadere, Jack's mother, Chris Latadere, coming in with the $100 super chat. Today's the day. Thanks for all the incredible coverage this weekend and all season. Been a fun ride, James and Jack. Michigan beats Washington. Go Blue. And you know what that just got her, Jack? That just got her a win. $100 super chat. Michigan beats Washington there for Chris Latadere, supporting the family, supporting the show. That is Jack's mom right there. Show the people what's on the. So appreciate that. Wish you were here. Wish you were here. I think we're gonna have an exciting day here at Michigan Football Report. Going to the game momentarily. So here are the spots on the wheel for every. What's a $10 super chat, Jack? Every $10 we do a wheel spin. So 8 options on this. I'll sing "Hail to the Victors." I'll do Yoder's Michigan memories. I'll just think of something off the top. Might be something recent, honestly, actually. Ask me anything. The first person who asks a question in the live chat, I'll answer it. Could be about anything. 10 jumping jacks. Brewster Jack will do 10 jumping jacks. Spin again. I'll sing "It's Great to Be a Michigan Wolverine." Look like a complete schmuck here at Audio Avenue. Maybe that's a little unprofessional, but I don't care. Or last two, a behind-the-scenes video from the week, or I'll stand up and do 10 squats here live on YouTube. There's the wheel, Jack. Go ahead and spin that bad boy. Let's see what the first wheel spin is, as Brad put in a $10 super chat. And we've already got a bunch of great super chats. Strike 3, Chris Latadere. Spin again, Jack. Spin again. Joey had two $20 super chats, so let's see. We're going to spin again. Any $10 super chat gets you a wheel spin. Do we get to spin again twice? It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Go Blue. That's the first run around the wheel of fun there. Mike K, I remember the 97 championship game, but 99, 98, or 98, 99 is when I really started watching every game. Get the live chat rolling. Spam some Go Blues. Spam some Go Blues here on the live chat. We're going to take you guys behind the scenes. So what do we got coming up for them, Jack? All right, Michigan walking out to Media Day on Saturday. As those Wolverines look confident to me, look like they're loose, having some fun, making some jokes in the men's room. You guys don't even want to know what they were saying there. I happened to just go to the bathroom next to Sharon Moore and Jesse Minter. JJ McCarthy walks in. It's kind of wild timing by me. $10 super chat, but let's get this first. How confident are you in beating Washington? Give me on a scale of 1 to 100. My confidence level is at a 100. 100% confident in this Michigan team tonight. Let me know 1 through 100 where you guys are feeling on your confidence level in this Michigan football team tonight beating Washington. Outdoor Montana coming with the $10 super chat. Got to start the year off right. We'll get you a helmet sticker. Got a new helmet coming in, Outdoor Montana, but we have run out of inventory here in Houston. So, unfortunately, Amazon one, it didn't get supposed to get here last night. Still hasn't been delivered. We had a problem with the delivery, so we'll see if it makes it at all, if I just have to cancel the order. Roll that wheel, Jack. We had another wheel spin for Outdoor Montana. $10 super chat, producer of the show, and we really appreciate your support. Let's see where we end on. Jack, think of something off the top of your head. I don't know. Let's talk about Yoder's Michigan. How about this? I'll do this. Yoder's Michigan memories, hazy memories from last night. So Shane Johnson, we were out at the bar, maybe a little too late last night, guys. A little too late last night. I don't know. Maybe too what? I didn't feel anything this morning. I felt great this morning. And we're about to leave. Had quite a few people come and meet up with us, etc. Got a lot of people watched the show, came up, took pictures. It was super exciting. And I'm leaving. Shane Johnson, longtime super chatter of the show. You guys probably know Shane's on YouTube as a viewer all the time. He was supposed to come. I didn't see him, right? And it's like 1 a.m. We're walking out of this bar, etc. And I just get a, Yoder, you motherfucker. And I'm whoa. And it grabs this. I'm like, who is this? I'm like, oh, Shane. And there. And so that's my Michigan memory, hazy memory. But the guys were ready to go. Producer Jack was the DD, and I had a sip of alcohol with him. But we brought the group of 5 back in. 6 shots with producer Shane, or 5, I guess. Jack didn't take one. Or not producer Shane, well, producer of the show, Shane. Shane Johnson, 1 o'clock, and it kind of just maybe that last drink we shouldn't have, but I felt good. It tasted good to me, and it was great to finally meet Miami Shane Johnson. He'll be at the game tonight. John Blaze, the 250 Super Chat. John, you've got an Android. So I'll call you. Well, probably see you at the game, of course, but so maybe that doesn't work out for you. But really quick, Jack, we'll come back to John really quick. Just toss up the Super Chat menu because John's in there. I want to make sure everybody knows what this is getting. John, we'll come back to a Super Chat. He's waiting to board, so he's got a moment here. It seems he's not on the plane yet. Super Chat, get you on the show, $10 wheel spin, $50 you're on the commemorative Natty hard hat. That'll be part of our intro video when we update that here in a couple weeks. $100, it's pretty simple. $100 Super Chat, Michigan beats Washington. $200, I will FaceTime you after the game like I'm going to do to Strike 3, DM me. John Blaze didn't even probably know about the menu. Just coming into the airport, hits the 250, our absolute Super Chat MVP of last season and this season. He says at the airport, waiting to board. His flight got canceled last night, and it's a little later in the day, isn't it, John? I mean, it's you're cutting it close, baby. So I'll shoot you a text, John, after the live show, let you know where we're going to sit and tailgate, so we can definitely meet up. We're going to be in suite, what do we call it? Blue Suite parking, probably 2 hours before the game, pending rain. Long time coming. The airport is flooded with Wolverines. We'll be there to celebrate the Natty in style. Hashtag Go Blue. He is a hashtag real one. 250, John. That is it's just absurdly amazing. I can't explain how much we want to thank you for all the support of the show, and can't wait to meet you. We tried to meet up in Maryland, couldn't make it work, and then we're going to definitely meet up tonight, NRG Stadium, 7:30. John's boarding a plane. Kickoff's in 5 hours, guys. Woo, John, you better get there, baby. You're going to need a police escort to get to the stadium, but I cannot wait to meet you tonight. John Blaze, $250 Super Chat, and we are off to the races here on our National Championship preview. Mike K coming to the $5 Super Chat, supporting the show. Hail to Mike K, longtime supporter, longtime viewer of the show. Appreciate it. Mike, I hope you have fun tonight. I hope you enjoy the game, and appreciate you coming in and being a part of this live show. Where are you guys watching this show right now? Shout out the city that you are currently in. Ken Kenyon says, Yoder, you are our dog. Appreciate that, Ken. Daniel Positive, I hate ESPN with a passion. Yeah. They're a very unlikable group these days. We got John Blaze. Safe travels, John. Hope you make it in time, says Mike K. Go Blue, boys and girls, from our guy Brad Earl. John says, I will be there. John's he's probably, you know what? He's probably flying private, right? He's probably flying private. He's got to be. He's got to be if he's coming 5 hours till game time. He's got to be flying private. What? Hey, even private planes, Brett, they get canceled sometimes. Harrisburg, PA, from Dan Gallagher. Dylan is watching from Chicago. Joey is in Indiana. John paying for Yoder's travels. What a guy. He is what a guy, honestly. That's kind of how it works. Money doesn't grow on trees. We're not a nonprofit organization, so these things help us do what we're doing now, which is coming and covering the game from Houston. Enemy territory, Seattle, Washington. Brad, I'm not going to tell you to go commit crimes if you see any Washington flags around town or shirts. I'm not going to tell you to do that, but I'm sure other people would, but make good decisions. Yeah, if you get my draft. Just for today. Then you're back to being a good citizen. Grand Blank says, Mike K. Garrett Edwards is in Kansas City. Troy Winslow is in Columbus. That's going to be a sweet place to be in tonight after Michigan beats Washington. Just shout from the heavens. Go Blues all game long. $5 Super Chat coming in from Brock Mentality. I feel like you guys are overlooking Washington. Almost feels like a jinx. No one's overlooking Washington, I don't think. I think it's a very good team. But I do think that Michigan has, if this was 3 years ago, right, I'd probably be like, oh, yeah, Michigan's going to lose this game, right? Jim Harbaugh just gets torched by these types of quarterbacks. 4 years ago, maybe. But that's not the case anymore. They brought in a defensive philosophy from the Ravens in 2021, continued on. Mike McDonald, maybe the best coordinator in college or NFL right now, might get an NFL head coaching job, right? 2 years removed from Michigan, he could be an NFL head coach. And then Jesse Minter right behind him the last 2 seasons, built to stop the 2021-2022 Ohio State passing game, which in a lot of ways resembles the offense that Washington is going to run tonight. So I don't think anybody's holding him in. Jack, before we do, he's talking about a jinx. All right? So jinx. The only jinx that can happen for this Michigan football team is if you don't like the video. I'm talking to you. No, not me, James. You. I'm talking to you. Like the video, okay? You like the video. If you'd like to beat Washington, like this video. Don't jinx it. Put out the good vibes. The last time we're going to ask this season, put out the good vibes. It's like 36 of 37 over the last 3 years. And the guy that didn't like it that day, I don't want to tell you what happened. It was actually producer Jeremy and I. We kicked in this guy's door, beat the living hell out of them, Jack, for not liking the video, causing Michigan to lose. Don't be sitting in your couch in the stadium. Michigan loses tonight. You're going to say, it was all my fault, because I'm going to have a list of everyone who liked it. If your name's not on there, okay? So give me a like video. Brad Earl says, haha, I love it, Yoder. Thomas FBGM is in Toledo, Ohio. So is Cody McLaughlin in Toledo, Ohio. Carla Duvall watching from NRG Stadium. Tonight you will be. I think it's fake news right now. You're back at the Airbnb 5-7 minutes from where we are here. That's my sister, by the way, Carla. And Anthony Armstrong, Toledo. Leavenworth, Kansas for Amanda Hall. Here's the Michigan uniform tonight. All right, Michigan is wearing the all blue everything, right? Top to bottom to top, obviously other than the helmet and the numbers. It's the blue shoes, right, with the maize accessories in the shoes, maize cleats, etc. It's the blue socks. It's the blue pants, right? It's a blue belt even. They've got blue arm sleeves. They got blue sweatbands, right? Blue gloves, and that looks like a blue visor to me. I don't know if anyone's going to wear a visor inside a dome. Maybe they will. I'm not sure, like to protect from the lights, but I hope it's actually a tint of blue, all blue everything. I think a lot of fans wanted to see the big game blues, but they're taking, not mixing in any other accessories. Some of the other ones, they've worn like white gloves or white shoes or maize socks, stuff like that. This is all blue everything. Outdoor Montana panics those 2 picks tonight, 1 for a touchdown. I think that could be one of the deciding things of the game if he does have a turnover. Let me get a quick drink. We are going to go through our complete preview of this game. Jack, do we have the airport arrival? I'd like to show the people that entire little montage from the airport. So we arrived on Friday. Give you guys a little thing. We drove from Dallas. Took a little probably too long. A lot of traffic in Houston, so, crazy. And got to the media hotel, came and got the credentials, etc. Then we went up to the airport, but we had to drive basically past the airport, get the credential, turn around, go 50 minutes back north because there's so much traffic. We're late, but luckily Michigan's flight was delayed. And detective, we've got an investigative team, Chase Sr. led it on this one. Tracked down the flight actually midair, and they're going to be late. They're supposed to arrive at 4:30. They arrived at 5:08 p.m. And here is just take a look at Michigan arriving at George Bush Intercontinental Airport on Friday afternoon. $50 super chat, by the way, gets you on the commemorative hard hat. I'm going to have one. It's going to be part of the opening screen of all of our shows coming up after this national championship against Washington, to win against Washington. So $50 super chat, you'll become a hard hat legend. We have a special one. We have like a medallion on the front, Michigan national champions, and a select group of our hard hat legends. $50 super chat, right? You got to kind of make the price of entry a little higher, or it's not as special, right? We've got a list of those people, right, Jack? So let's show the people from yesterday's show who got on there yesterday, and I believe also on Saturday. So got 7, 8, 9, 10 people that are already on there. Take a look at this list of existing legends. So we got to update it, Jack. We got a couple added today. John Blaze added today. Oh, you already got him. You already got him. So Steve Ricard, he's such a good friend of ours. We just call him our friend Steve. Ashley Lawson, a Michigan Football Report legend, helped Jack get here, right? I think she put $300 towards Get Jack to Houston Fund. Backroad Blue, one of our guys. Hockey Jody, first-time super chatter, came through with a 100, or is that a 50? I can't remember, 50. Lords of Shred, first-time super chatter on the show, $100 from them. Lord Buddy Bear, a chat sports legend. He's basically on every commemorative club in the company. Blue Wolverine, some guy. And then today we've got 3 more. Strike 3. Send me your phone number. Send me a way I can contact you. I'll send you a Zoom link if you don't have an iPhone. I think you actually do. You can like FaceTime. They got to do like through the browser now on Android. So I'll FaceTime Strike 3, and if I'm not with him, I'm going to FaceTime John Blaze. He'll be somewhere in the stadium. I know that for a fact. About to get on his private jet and head down here. And then Jack's family member, mother, Chris Lauderay, is also on the Legends Club. So we have, how many is that, 11, Jack? 11 Michigan Football Hard Hat National Championship commemorative legends. So that is great. That is awesome to see. Let's keep things rolling, Jack. Let's get into the take. So how about, Jack, I'm going to kind of show you. See where I'm at right there on the show script? It's going to want to talk about today. I think back to last Monday, and man, that stadium at the Rose Bowl was so. And by the way, if you're just watching, James, what are you doing? You look. I'm in my game day outfit. It's game day for me. I'm going tonight as a fan because I want to enjoy this, because this is the biggest day of my life. Like, I've got, James, I said 2 kids, happily married. This is the biggest day of my life. All right, and I think the best moment of my life, honestly, was the moment that Jalen Miller got tackled at the 2-yard line on 4th down a week ago, right? 1 week ago from now. That was the best moment of my life. And so today is the greatest day of my life. I'll remember this day forever, one way or another, but it's only going one way. And tonight, I think when Michigan's won the game, that will be the best moment of my life. I'm getting chills thinking about it. I think back to just the excitement of that stadium and how excited I was that they got that win against Alabama. That, like, I'm so pumped. So let's go Blue. We were at practice yesterday, Saturday. Chase and I were. That's my take. I hope you guys feel the same way. I was talking to a lot of Michigan fans, and maybe I got one too many of these last night. So we were like breaking bread, having a lot of fun at Kirby's Ice House. I tweeted out. We saw quite a few people, and I just want to give, I remember all the names. We were at Fan Fest to get some T-shirts and stuff like that yesterday afternoon. We also went to the Michigan Team Hotel. My guy Dre Fame on Instagram, Twitter, called me. We were DMing, called me, and said, "Get over to the Players Hotel, etc." It's the Hilton's. What's it called? The Hilton's America. It's called the Hilton's America. I think it's what it's called. Hilton's with an S for some reason. And that was fun. But like, I got stopped by 15 viewers there, those places, and then at the bar last night, people came up to me, "Love your show, James. We worked for the football team when we were in college. We're 2-3 years out." So super exciting to see. Had a couple of viewers stop by specifically to hang out. So thank you to everyone. I think everyone just kind of agreed this is going to be the biggest and maybe best day and maybe moment of their life. Let's take a look, Jack. Why don't we kind of prep people up what we did, the video we've got of Chase and I outside at the stadium before we go and take a look. That's just to do some clips. Yeah, as many as you want. I'll kind of let you know when we've gone through. So we were there on Saturday afternoon, Chase Sr. and myself. We have it? Okay, we've got that. So here's a look at Michigan football practice that was open to the media on Saturday.
3, 2, 1.
All right, we're about to go inside NRG Stadium. Michigan's going to give access to media for 15 minutes of practice. I'm excited to see if they, let the media see any wrinkles in the game plan as they prepare for the biggest football game in Michigan football history. Michigan, Washington, 7:30 on Monday night here at NRG in Houston. Let's go inside, see what we have.
5 minutes left.
This game, or is there some practice footage from Saturday? I think that, I think Michigan's going to win. I think they need to play their style of ball, and I think they need to play and coach to win. I saw that in the Ohio State game clearly, right? I think it's thinking if Michigan throws a running back pass, I think that means the coach they're coaching to win, right? Jalen Harrell, Donovan Edwards, 2 years ago, 2021 Big Ten Championship. Donovan Edwards, the pass back to JJ was not a very good pass, but JJ made one of the great athletic plays in football history, right? One-handed catch, spun completely around and threw the ball against his body with an All-American defensive end crashing down into him. JJ McCarthy doesn't have to throw the ball over the field to win this game, but he can't make mistakes. He's got to make plays like he's done against Alabama, Ohio State, even Iowa, but really all season, really his entire career. You guys might find this crazy. You guys might say, James, you're crazy. But with a win tonight, J.J. McCarthy will be the winningest quarterback by percentage of any QB in college football since they started keeping standard records after World War II. So we're going back 80 years, okay? 80 years. He is currently tied, and this is anyone with over 20 starts, right? So it's not going to be like, oh, Mac Jones was 11-0 or something like that, and it has short COVID season. 20 starts minimum. Jameis Winston, right? He went undefeated his first year, and then really he started 26-1 or 26-0, and then lost his final game, got blown out 59-20 Oregon in that first college football national championship or college football playoff semifinal game in the Rose Bowl in January 1st, 2015. So these guys own the same exact record, 26-1. JJ has never lost a regular season game. He's never lost a Big Ten game as a starter, and I like this little fact. J.J. McCarthy has never, what was it? I saw the stats today. It was pretty interesting. I forget what it was. So I'm not going to say it because it was pretty interesting, but I forget it, so I can't tell you what it was. Very fake news. So there's the comparison, right? Michael Penix, who does he remind me of? Someone said yesterday, Hendon Hooker. I think it's a pretty good comparison. C.J. Stroud, I think they play similar, although left-handed versus not left-handed. But he is he's not necessarily super mobile, but he moves around, right? He sees a blitz coming, he steps up in the pocket, lets the guy fly by him, and he can get rid of the ball super quick. Now, you might remember, back in 2020, he's a quarterback in Indiana. Michigan lost in 2020 to Indiana, okay? They hadn't lost to Indiana prior to that since 1987. It was 33 years since last time Indiana had beat Michigan. They beat that year, and what was the difference? A national championship level quarterback, not winning. That's J.J. McCarthy. So we asked some people at Media Day on Saturday morning. Jesse Minter, Cornelius Johnson, right? He was there in 2020. Breeden McGregor, although not really making much impact on the field back then. Cornelius, just has that been a conversation? What do they think of Michael Penix, and did they want revenge for that 2020 win, Indiana over Michigan? Here's Jesse Minter.
With Michael Penix, he had one of the best performances you can have in a college football playoff semifinal against Texas, just ripping throws outside over the middle of the field. Really good pocket maneuverability as well. When you watch him throughout this week of preparation, what do you see and what makes him stand out, especially as you kind of look at what he could do potentially at the next level?
Yeah, I mean, he's elite, and I think it's his ability to process the information that he's given. So, I think they do a really good job structurally trying to undress your defense a little bit, trying to give him an idea of what coverages you're playing, things like that. So now he has that information pre-snap, and he's able to process it really quickly. He has a quick release that goes along with his ability to think fast, make quick decisions. He's really accurate, and then he trusts himself, and he trusts his receivers. So there's very little hesitation in his game. So I think, that's what makes him really good. And I think that translates to the NFL. Your ability to think fast, read defenses, process information, get rid of the ball quickly, get the ball where it needs to go in space. So elite player, elite challenge for us, but one we're really excited about.
What did you think about
There's Jesse Minter. He wasn't with the program then. He's been there last year, this year. But to just talk about Michael Penix in general, we're going to have Breeden McGregor talk about specifically 2020 and Penix in the pocket. But while we're in that clip, Shane Johnson, Tequila Shane, Patron Shane, Miami Shane, scared the shit out of me, Shane. You never know what people – Yoder, like, you son of a gun, I'm a Sam Webb stan, if there are any. Shane Johnson is not that. Awesome guy. He got to the bar last night with us as we were leaving. I didn't think he was going to show. He was doing a nice steak dinner, etc. He got there, bear hugged me. We showed love. And he said, hey, I want to be on that the commemorative helmet. So, Shane, the helmet didn't arrive today. It was supposed to arrive last night at an Amazon locker right around the corner. Didn't get here. As we went live here at 1:15 Central, 2:15 Eastern, it's still in transit. So we will have that, but you are now officially a member. Add to the list, Jack. You're one of 12 elite hard hat legends that are going to be in the commemorative Michigan Football Report National Championship hard hat. It's going to be the most exclusive club in the history of college football, and we'll make it a part of our intro video with me. I'll kind of hold it up and maybe do a little flip of it coming up here in late January, maybe early February as Jack refreshes some of that stuff, and we have our new hard hat producer's end screen as well. He says, Yoder, you want me on that helmet? I do. You need me on that helmet. My 6th and final Michigan game this year, 15-0, Destiny, LFG, let's fucking go blue. I gotta be mindful. There's some people around here in media. I don't want to be the bad boy of YouTube. Always be respectful sometimes. So Shane Johnson, awesome meeting last night. Finally, we've been talking, DMing, texting for 3 years now. Finally meet in person. It's been so cool to do that with a bunch of you guys here in Houston. Keep it rolling, Shane. By the way, send me a text, something like that. Let me know where you're going to be sitting and everything, and we're going to be in the blue lot. Jack, let me toss it up really quick for the people. If you've got that link that I sent you, where we are going to be parked. Now, I don't know when we're going to get there. Probably between 3 and 4 o'clock. I mean, it's 1:55 now, so 3 seems pretty aggressive, so maybe more towards 4. So you see that part I circled there. That's what it'll be. It's called the Blue Suite Lot. I don't know what part of that we're going to be, and maybe we'll, assuming we have cell coverage or Wi-Fi coverage, we'll maybe tweet a picture out of the Chat Sports group. Having ourselves a nice alcoholic beverage. Join us. Come by. Say hello if you'd like to. That's where we will be pregame. Probably as long as it's not pouring rain. If it's drizzling, I think we're gonna tough it out, guys. We're gonna be out there. We got our raincoats. I don't, but I don't care. And hopefully some of you guys can get out there. Right next to the stadium, the Blue Suite Lot is where we are going to be. I'm going as a fan tonight. I'm not doing it as a media. We're going to put some stuff out during the game, but I want to enjoy this. I want to scream from the top of my lungs. I want to have a super fun day. And I hope you guys do as well. Braid McGregor, we talked to him at Media Day. He was on that team in 2020 that lost, that went 2-4, that lost to Indiana. Michael Penix's revenge. I didn't think he had anything to talk about the player himself as much, but he does address Penix in the pocket here, but also has the Michigan coaching staff said, hey, let's look back at that film from 2020. All right, we got to get revenge on this guy. He has actually beat us before. Funny enough that a lot of people aren't talking about, like Jack Tuttle, right, who at some points is Michigan backup quarterback. He's probably falling down behind Alex Orji right now. I mean, he was Penix's backup in 2020 and 21 in Indiana. I think that's been an underreported part of the show, which even underreported by me in a little bit, right? So, like, these guys were in the quarterback room. They were starting quarterback, backup quarterback for 2 seasons. Also on that Indiana team, Mike Hart, right? Mike Hart, Michigan's running backs coach, was associate head coach, running backs coach in that offensive room with Michael Penix for 2 seasons. And also his boss was Kalen DeBoer, the offensive coordinator for one of those seasons, I believe it was, at Indiana. I think the 2020, but I'll have to go back and fact check that. I just forget what it is. But Braid McGregor on Michael Penix and revenge from 2020. In the pocket. He moves around. He avoids the blitz. One thing you guys do differently than maybe Texas is they blitz off one side, bring one guy. You guys seem to just 4-man get pushbacks. Well, what's the approach with him, being how good he is at avoiding rushes coming from one side or the other?
Yeah. I mean, he's a really good quarterback. We played him in 2020, I'm pretty sure. And, we kind of know what to expect right now of, like, if he sits back in the pocket, he's going to make plays. If he rolls out to his left, he's going to make plays, He's a good scrambler. I mean, it's a good offense. They live off explosive plays. So when we have a D-line as deep as us that, we can rotate and we can still get fresh bodies in there and be able to go out and do what we're supposed to do, I think it's a big benefit for us going against an offensive line like that.
One more follow-up on that. You said 2020. I didn't, so I'll ask you that. Is there any talk of revenge? I mean, he's the only Indiana quarterback since 1987 to beat Michigan. Has that been discussed at all this week?
Not really. We've talked about it, just, how they did win in 2020, but, like, most of us that are on the team didn't play him. So, like, it's just, like, he's a 6th year. So, like, I think that's my class and then the 5th and 6th year guys that played him. So I actually didn't play him, so this will be my first game against him.
I'll ask Michael Barrett about it. I think he was on that one, right? Michael Barrett.
Yep. Yeah, that's Mike.
There's Braden McGregor as we look back on that fateful game. Michigan had lost the prior week to Michigan State. They're 3 touchdown favorites to Michigan State, and then Indiana comes in. Indiana was fresh 2 weeks prior off a win over Penn State, but Joe Milton kind of had an okay game, but 2 picks, and Michigan had to basically throw the entire second half to try and keep up with Indiana. Michael Penix, 30 of 50, 342, and 3 touchdowns in that game. You see 7 receptions right there for Ty. I don't even remember that guy's name. Ty Freifagel. Yeah, Freifagel. I kind of remember, but 7 catches for 142 and a touchdown. He ate up the Don Brown secondary, of which many receivers in passing, elite passing games. And that's why Don Brown isn't with this program anymore. He's head coach at UMass. We wish him well. So there's the stats for Penix there, 30 of 50. We talked to Michael Penix too at the game at the media day on Saturday. We'll show you guys that in a second. But want to look at this matchup, right? Michigan and Washington, the number 1 ranked Wolverines. Number one ranking 2 years in a row, 2023, and now we're in 2024 calendar year, right? Both teams 14-0. This is the number 1 scoring defense in America, 36.0 points per game, 14th best scoring offense. Washington actually surprised me. They're not higher on scoring offense, although they are number 1 on passing offense and scoring defense. They're giving up about 24 points a game, so 2 touchdowns more than Michigan. Michigan, the money's continuing to move. It seems towards Michigan. The line has moved from 4.5 now to 5 on game day. And I'll check here in a second, but a lot of the money came in early on Washington, and last night, just like the Alabama game, last night started inching more towards Michigan as the professional bettors, if you will, come in and make it happen for, they tend to wait till the end to put their money on different bets. And so maybe they're going to put some money on Michigan like they did big time against Alabama last week at the Rose Bowl. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter. I'm going to put it here in the live chat. I got it covered here, Jack, at James Yoder. If we've got coverage from the stadium, Jack's going to be like my cameraman, right? We're going to be putting out tweets of freaking out Yoder, celebrating Yoder. Maybe I'll give a little halftime press conference, official press conference of the Michigan Football Report if, sell signal pending, because it was non-existent at the Rose Bowl. I got 1 photo out after it was just spinning for like an hour. I'm not even joking. So they got to figure this out. It's just ridiculous. In 2024 now, you still can't get cell signal at any major event, and you're just basically banking on whether or not the stadium has Wi-Fi that works at all. My keys to victory for this Michigan football program. Let's run through all 5 of them here, Jack, and then we'll kind of dive a little deeper. Hit Michael Penix with a 4-man rush. If you've got to rely on blitzing from the outside, Penix is too good at recognizing it, seeing it, and getting rid of the ball quick, right? Because that outside rush has got to come a split second later than a defensive man. But get that push. Texas was not able to do it. They'd have maybe one of their defensive linemen get pressure on Penix, but he was able to avoid it, move around in the pocket, get rid of the ball, blow up the middle, so he's already thrown off his game the second he gets that shotgun snap, and have all 4 of your defensive linemen pushing towards Michael Penix. Next up is for Michigan. They got to run the ball. Didn't do it as well against Alabama early on as I think I expected, but as Michigan has done over the last 3 seasons, they wore on Alabama, kept it down, and then it all paid off in overtime, right? Blake Corum, 2 runs, 8 yards, where he just broke off tackles, and then Blake Corum, 17 yards, and that Terry Arnold tackle, I still think is one of the funniest tackle attempts of all time. He comes flying across the field, jumps at 5 feet in the air because he's almost at Corum's head, doesn't try to tackle him, just tries to grab at his shoulder pads as he flies by him, and then maybe just Corum just do a little spin about the 5-yard line and then dance into the end zone. Michigan needs to bend but not break on defense, right? I think that Michael Penix will have some success throwing the ball today. And some of that could be by design. You look back at C.J. Stroud in 2021. If you were to say to an Ohio State fan, hey, Stroud's going to throw for 394, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. You know what they're saying to you? Oh, baby, another 50-14 Michigan win. It's a 62-39 all over again. It's 59-28, whatever that score was in 2019. But it wasn't, because Michigan bended but didn't break. They let him get dink and dunk, let him wear some clocks down, but nothing really deep outside of, I think, 1 pass in that game, and then locked it down in the red zone. So that was a key in 2021, 2022 against an Ohio State. Similar passing attack like we will see from Washington tonight. Next up, pre-snap motion. I loved it. It was a thing of beauty. We talked about all the pre-snap motion that Harbaugh did with Stanford, and it's kind of been in and out at Michigan, but that Virginia Tech game, his last game at Stanford, they were just toying with him at the end. 3 tight ends in motion, 1 tight end in motion, and frankly, the motion against Alabama was key to a lot of the plays, right? The players said at Alabama, we were confused. We didn't know who we were supposed to cover. 3 receivers come from right to left. Blake Corum goes from left to right on that 4th and 2 play call from Michigan's own 30-yard line, 3.5, 4 minutes left in the game, and Corum was wide open, right? He was gone 40 yards had there not been a penalty on Roman Wilson. So keep it up, Jim Harbaugh. Get this Washington defense confused, not know who to cover, and not know what play is coming. And then let JJ make some more plays. Let's just talk about the plays, right? That last drive, they ran, I think it was 18, 20 yards on the play right after the Blake Corum screen pass on 4th and 2. It was one of the few design runs he had. But what about the plays he made, right? He hit Roman Wilson underneath for the touchdown. He hit Blake Corum. Kept the Alabama defense on their toes, but get him out of the pocket a little bit more and do things like you did, like the Donovan Edwards pass back to him. Wasn't how we designed it, right? One-handed catch, turn around, spin, throw against your body with Dallas Turner crashing down, got a face full of sod, and just one of them. I mean, that was just a beautiful pass. If NFL quarterback or talent evaluators, GMs have any doubt of how J.J. McCarthy can pass the ball or how athletic he is, just show them that play on repeat from the Rose Bowl last week. So give JJ the ability to make some plays. But not on this list here is I just think Michigan, and I expect them to because that's what we've come accustomed to the last 3 seasons, they need to come and play and coach to win, right? Be loose, expect to win, be aggressive. You've seen this in other games. Like last year, just think about TCU. What stands out about that TCU game? They didn't play there. It wasn't Michigan. When do you hand the ball off to Kalel Mullings at the 1-yard line on 4th down? When does that ever happen? When do you do the Philly special under Jim Harbaugh inside the 5 on 4th down? When does it ever happen in Michigan football history under Jim Harbaugh? Even this last 3 years in particular. Jay Patterson, he had 3 interceptions going into that game last year, threw 2 against TCU. Both were pick sixes. And Jack and I talked to that TCU team at Media Day last year, and I think they stole some signs because they said, Jack, and looking back, it's like, no, they said we knew exactly based on the personnel and whatever, we knew exactly who the pass was going to, so we were just waiting on it, go back to pick 6.
Well, yeah, I mean, we talked to both like you said, both the corners that had the pick sixes off JJ.
Linebacker and corner.
And they both said they came out in this specific set, we knew exactly who the ball was going to, and we picked it off and scored.
Was there some allegations of Ryan Day sharing some and Purdue coaches and Rutgers?
It was Ryan Day. Well, it was Ohio State and Purdue. Mm-hmm. Sharing
with
Michigan
TCU
signed
coaches,
with TCU.
Right?
Yeah.
It sounds like advanced scouting to me. Someone should look at
TCU,
kick him out of college football, but Ryan Day should get a 10-year show cause because let's keep Ryan Day around. Like he replaced the Ohio State starting quarterback with the Kansas State backup quarterback. What a guy.
We talk about and they brought in the Alabama center too.
Yeah, Alabama center.
He's doing
the guy
fantastic.
Who had 20 bad snaps against Michigan. That's their replacement center next year.
Literally Alabama's kryptonite. Mm-hmm. For Michigan's kryptonite for Alabama was bad snaps. Mm-hmm. They brought him into Ohio State. Mm-hmm. I think Ryan Day is doing a fantastic job.
You know what they should do? They should just get that safety that missed Donovan Edwards in his touchdown runs, Lathan Ransom. Gets past Ransom. They should bring him back for another year. Oh, you know what? Just saw yesterday. Lathan Ransom's coming back for his 5th year, so we have another year get past Ransom. So Ryan Day is on a hot streak this offseason, just bringing back guys who love to do terrible things against Michigan or replace the starting quarterback at Ohio State with what would be next year the backup quarterback, Will Howard. He's been the starter, Big 12 champion, but I just don't think he matches the Ohio State offense. I think he'd be a better quarterback at Michigan, frankly, than at Ohio State.
Honestly, sign Ryan Day to a lifetime contract.
Just
do it. Do it right now.
Do it.
Like the contract should be in. It should have been in hand already. And honestly, after Michigan hoists the trophy tonight, there should be a Pete Thamel tweet that comes out that says Ohio State and Ryan Day have agreed to a lifetime contract.
Yes.
That would be the ultimate Michigan. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, though. And he should also say, I'm sorry for being a complete schmuck and not knowing how to tie a tie, and I said a lot of bad things about Michigan, and I was completely wrong. That's Pete Thamel. But thinking more, what we were talking about Ryan Day. I don't want to focus on Ohio State too much, but sign him to a lifetime deal. Who would have thought that when you hire the quarterbacks coach from a 2-14 San Francisco 49ers team in 2016 to be your OC at Ohio State, then be your head coach 2 years later, who would have thought he had never been to a Big Ten game in his life, gets the head coaching job at Ohio State? Who would have thought that going into year 6 for him, he's having trouble beating Michigan and trying to push his starting quarterback out for the Kansas State backup quarterback. Let's show the people the Super Chat menu, Jack. Here on the show, we got off hot and heavy, $670 Super Chat. John Blaze came in heavy with a $250 burger. Shane Johnson took shots with him last night. He came in with the $50 burger to get on the helmet. Chris Lauderay, 100. You have bought yourself a Michigan victory over Washington. There's the menu. $10 gets you a wheel spin. $50, your name is on the commemorative national championship hard hat. We've got 12 hard hat members so far that we'll show here in a few moments. And that's going to be part of the intro video probably sometime this month or late, early in February. With me kind of holding the helmet up, flipping around. We'll keep it in the studio, make it a part of the show forever because that's how much it's going to mean. $200, we got John Blaze. All right, and we've got Strike 3. I am FaceTiming them to celebrate after the game. Might see John Blaze in person as well. So here's the Hard Hat Club, the legends so far over this national championship weekend. Steve, Ashley Lawson, Back Road Blue, Hockey Jody, the Lords of Shred, Lord Buddy, two Lords out of 8. What are the odds out of 8 people on one? You've got 2 people who are Lords, Lord Buddy Bear and the Lords of Shred. Blue Wolverine, one of our long times, one of our big supporters. Some guy, same with him, huge supporter of the show. Then Strike 3 came in with a $200 Super Chat before we even knew that got him a FaceTime. Chris Lauderay, right? Supporting the show, supporting the family. If you're young Harbaugh, she's mother of young Harbaugh, right? Mother of Dragons, mother of young Harbaugh. And then John Blaze, our Super Chat MVP 2022, 2023. And Shane Johnson, one of, longtime viewer of the shows, always sending Super Chats. Saw him last night, did a shot of tequila, and he sent us a $50 Super Chat to get on the commemorative hard hat. My keys to victory, we'll run through them. Put them all 5 up there if you can here in a second, Jack. I just want to kind of talk and wrap on this game a little bit. Okay, let's talk about, we talked to Michael Penix. We talked to quite a few Washington players at Media Day. I didn't. Chase stuck around for it. We came back here to get ready for our live Saturday show. We got that film. We'll have it up here for a second. Michael Penix talking about the Michigan secondary, Michigan pass rush, what he expects from this Wolverines defense coming up as we are, guys. We're under 4.5 hours to kick off. I can't wait. Here is Michael Penix.
Offensive line against their defensive front?
Yeah, I'm very interested to see. I feel like Michigan's defense, they definitely presented a lot of problems for Alabama, and I feel like they caused a little bit of confusion with their protection calls and stuff like that. I saw they have guys that can win in the pass rush for sure, one-on-one matchups and stuff like that, but I feel like watching film, most of the sacks and stuff came from, just bad communication by the offensive line and the quarterback, whoever makes the protection calls and stuff like that. So for us, all week, it's like, making sure that I get the guys in the right protection call, because obviously we got Joe Moore award winners, in front of me, and, as long as I get those guys to the right people, blocking the right people, I feel like we'll be great.
There's Michael Penix talking about this game, talking about the Michigan defense, pass rush, secondary. For a Big Ten quarterback, right? That's kind of wild how, Big Ten quarterbacks go on and have so much success in other leagues. It's almost as if the Big Ten plays the best football. Joe Burrow couldn't get in the field at Ohio State, goes down and dominates at LSU. Even Joe Milton, right? He couldn't stay on the field. Started for 4 or 5 games at Michigan, then he got benched, goes and he's the starting quarterback at Tennessee. Indiana starting quarterback transfers to Washington, turns into a Heisman runner-up, a national championship losing quarterback as well. Michael Penix, so a lot of Big Ten players. Anything about like Michigan's former Ohio State's backup quarterback, Quinn Ewers. He's in the college football playoff this year at Texas. One-time Wolverine, never actually was part of the team, but I'm forgetting his name. The receiver, Xavier Worthy, had a huge success at Texas. Ohio State's wide receiver went down and was an All-American down with the Lions, All-American at Alabama. Let's try to do this, though. I want to bring the energy, guys. So let's bring the energy in the live chat. So can you toss that on screen but not actually start the clock, Jack? Okay, cool. There it is. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look really quick at where we are on chat, right? So The best we've done today is 18 in 1 minute. So we're going to crush that. So here's what we need to do. When we start the clock, I want to get, what we get? We got like 160 or something the other day. Guys, 250 is the number. So when we start this clock here in a second, we need 250 comments in that 60 seconds. You can just do what I'm doing here. Right? Type your M's, but let's bring the fury in the chat, Ray. Let's do it. It's going to put this video in the feeds of more Michigan football fans. We'll stay live longer as we've been live for 1 hour, 59 minutes. It'll be 1 hour here coming up in under 1 minute. Let's spam the chat. Jack, you ready? Let's start that clock. 60 seconds. We are rolling here in the Michigan Football Report. I'll give as many shout-outs as we can. Ashley Lawson coming in with a $50 super chat. She's in the house. Go Blue from Brian. Charles with a Go Blue. Samaj, someone said something about Samaj. Muth, 1997. A-Train in the house, guys. Spam this chat just like I am here. MMM. Timothy Jackson with an M. Let's get it going. 40 seconds. We're not getting out of it. I need you guys. I need you. We need it bad here. You want Michigan to play to the best of their ability? Spam that chat. Let's get to 250. 250 is the number. So I'm talking to you. Do it 10 times. 25 people do it 10 times. We will get there. Give me some M's in the chat. Let's break that number. It's spiking, baby. It's already up to, as we have 20 seconds left. And this is a little bit, you guys be on tape delay, so 20 seconds left. We are up there. Keep it rolling here. Spam that chat. Let's get this going. Let's show the world that Michigan football fans are as great as this Michigan football team. Spam the live chat. We got A-Train. We got Barry. We got Iceman Comp. Moth 1997. See you, Chris Lauderay, Ashley Lawson, Trevor Cook, Jacob Bucharite, Brad's brother, Brad's son, I'm not sure. As we hit 0, we beat the chat, right? I don't know if we got to 250, but I think we did a pretty damn good job, Jack. A lot of M's. Give some more shout outs. Charles Kennebrew, my guy. Joey's back in there. Some guy. Welcome back, some guy. Dylan is chillin'. That's a cool name. Trevor Cook, I think I mentioned a couple times. Nate Anderson, Ashley Lawson, of course. Keep them coming here. Give me some M's on the Michigan Football Report. It'll take a moment to update. I'm going to guess, Jack, just take a guess. What's the number? I'm going to guess like 154.
I'll guess 162.
Just updated. We were both wrong, but we didn't get 250. 221. 221, not bad. But it might take a second to send an update. 221 chats in that 60 seconds, but we might get one more update here in a second. It might pop up, but usually it's about 20 seconds delayed or so from reality. So we're probably right at that number of 221. So thank you so much to you guys. You brought the energy. That was awesome. Really appreciate all the support and you guys helping. It's like marketing for the show. Like YouTube's like, wow, this is an engaged audience. Let's put this in the YouTube feeds of more Michigan football fans. 221 is the final number. You guys rock. You guys absolutely crushed it, and we appreciate it. Appreciate everybody last night. You never know, and I've heard other people who, I'm not talking about celebrities. I'm definitely not that, etc. But my face is on a camera that gets watched by hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people a month for 4 or 5 years now. And so a lot of people, whether they watch the show or not, recognize me when I'm out around Michigan football stuff. And yet to this day, right, probably had over the last 3 years, Michigan games, or whatever, 200 people come up or say, yo, James, love the show. Not a single time have I had one person yet say a negative thing, right? And there's 80%, 20-80. If people don't like what you're not saying sometimes, we are saying if you don't have some balance of naysayers and supporters, then maybe you're not not pushing the envelope enough. So not a single person yet has come up and said a negative thing, so it's been all support. So I appreciate you guys. And that's kind of how life is like the internet. The people who want to say bad things, it's always under some alternative name. It's not their real name. People, and those are the same people, they see you in public, they want to say a bad thing, they're too coward. What's that guy's name? There's a guy, he's probably in a hole somewhere, if you get my drift. Wanted to say something, saw me, cowered up the other day. That was a cowardice. We won't say his name. Muth says, Yoder, you don't suck. Appreciate that from Muth 1997. Ashley Lawson came with a $50 super chat. Do we get that up on the screen, Jack? Ashley Lawson, another entry. So you're on there. We can't do more than one. So Ashley, you're just on there again. Continue to support the show. You help bring Jack to Houston. I think he's contributed, $200-$300 to the Send Jack to Houston Fund, which we hit and blew past. I think we ended up getting 30% past the goal over the month of December. It is here. Bet. Have the best time at the game tonight. Ashley, wish you were here. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you're watching it with people that love Michigan football as much as you. Go Blue. Bring home that natty. Let's go Blue. Let's go blue. I just, I had a few drinks last night, you guys. You're probably like, oh, that James is. But hey, I was having fun. I was giving Jack the business. I was like, Jack. She's like, what did the show to be, Jack? I'm like, Jack, I want it to be a great show. Okay, what do you mean? I'm like, Jack, how many shows we done together? He's like, 100. I'm like, no, dude, it's like 400. It's like 100. I count it's like 412 shows we've done together. Either produced like VOD, live, etc. Over 2.5 years. Come on, bro. And I said, I want the show to be great. And he's like, okay, what do you want on the show, James? I said, I want a great show. You know what that looks like, Jack. Make it happen. And look where we are. We made it, Jack. You think you're a little perturbed there. You wanted exact instructions. I left you have you to your own devices. You put together great content like this. Ashley helps you go.
I love to know what you want, though, because
I wish all people in life were like that, Jack. But you what a great show you delivered.
That's what we do.
We brought the helmet, right? Brought this helmet. I'm gonna hit myself in the head a couple times. Get pumped up for this game. That actually hurt. Damn, that hurt a little bit. Yeah, I was going to headbutt it, but I got this, my Michigan hat. The Great Rakes phrase. Let a naysayer know that's Alabama's thing. So we're not going to be interested because there's no naysayers here. We're gonna win this national title. But the naysayers around college football, right? What are they going to say, Jack? What are they going to say? Connor Stallions.
I'm very interested to see what the excuse is.
The only one thing left to do, we said it back in October when the whole fucking thing. If you want PG-13 content, we'll give that to you 95% of the time. Today is not the day for that. So if that's what you're looking for, I have tells I'm about to swear, right? Just hit the mute button. If you're in the car with kids, not the right day to watch the national champion or watch the Michigan football report, unless you want them to learn a few select 4-letter words that maybe you try to shield from them prior to today. So that's how it is.
I just want to say real quick, I am admittedly a New England Patriots fan. That's known. Everyone knows that.
Tom Brady, of course.
Tom Brady, of course. Love the New England Patriots. This is, if they win tonight, it's the ultimate ball don't lie experience. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing that happened with the Deflategate with the Patriots.
Yep.
They, in the Super Bowl, no one was allowed to touch the game footballs before the game.
Yep.
They were like under lock and key being monitored. And the Patriots still won. That was ball don't lie. Now that everyone knows about the advanced scouting, this Connor Stallions, whatever Michigan was allegedly doing, I don't think they're doing anymore. So it's like the Deflategate situation. You couldn't touch the game balls. Okay, well now people are changing their signals. They're doing this. It's ball don't lie. Michigan has proven time and time again this year that ball don't lie. They beat Penn State. They beat Ohio State. They beat Iowa. They beat Alabama. Ball don't lie. So tonight is ball don't lie.
Tonight will be 5 out of 6 games after. It was Purdue and Michigan State, right after the Stallions thing happened. You weren't going to find out anything from there. But since, all of the Washington Post hit piece, all this stuff, it's the barrage that kind of took place in early to mid, end of October, early to mid-November was kind of peak Connor Stallions. Everyone's coming to Michigan. You go on the road to beat a top 10 Penn State. The game in between there was Maryland. You go on the road, and Maryland's been a fine team. They had a nice year. You get that win. Don't look as impressive. JJ was super hurt. He was limping, etc. You beat Ohio State again, right? Number 2 Ohio State at home. You beat number 16 Iowa in the Big Ten Championship game. You beat number 4 Alabama. And tonight you're going to beat number 2 Washington. So you'll have 4 top 10 wins over your last 6 games. Another top 20 win against Iowa. And there's be 0%, zero things that people can say about what this Michigan football team has accomplished, how great they were, and that they were the absolute best team in college football this year. And look, maybe past years, I don't know. Maybe last year TCU, I don't know. TCU, Michigan gets by and they stop TCU late the fourth quarter. They would have beat Georgia. Michigan would have last year. That's a fact. That is a fact. Tim France says, Pete Thamel can get it too. Yeah, he will get it. If I see him tonight after the game, right, after I'm done work, right, on my own time, I'm going to say, hey, Pete Thamel, I'm going to tell him a little something. I won't do it at the media hotel, though. To only be at the game as a random Michigan football fan. But I know where he's going to be. I know where his entrance is going to be, so maybe I'll try and catch him here coming up there. Jack, I just sent you a link. Can we toss that up on the show a second? So you'll see a bunch of people tonight, hopefully. We are going to be in the blue what's it called? The blue suite lot. It looks like it's the closest lot to the stadium. Maybe it's lucked out. We got parking pass there. And if you guys want, we're going to go rain pending. It's been raining all morning here in Houston. It's going to die down now. It's supposed to come back around like 50% of rain between like 4, 5, 6 o'clock. So as long as it's not pouring, we'll still be out there. But I don't think it's going to be like a thunderstorm or anything like that, is there? Oh, that stinks. Okay. Nope. Rain update. All right. So Sean Patterson, Shay's dad, friend of the program, friend of the family. I mean, look, we're kind of guys. We break bread. We go to games together. We stay at each other's houses. That kind of thing. That's how I am with Sean. He sent me this picture because he's going to come tailgating. I just talked to him 10 minutes before we went live. And I sent that screenshot for him to get a parking pass near us and then share it with you guys. He sent me this. He says, you remember back. I don't think Shay gets enough credit. 2017, Michigan went one full calendar year, right? One full calendar year. Michigan went from September 9th of 2017 to the first game against Notre Dame of 2018 when Shea came one full calendar year without throwing a touchdown pass to a wide receiver. Can you believe that? 12 games the program without throwing a touchdown pass to a wide receivers, only tight ends and running backs after that. Shea comes in, turns the program around, and I think in some regards, this picture is from 2019. JJ was a sophomore in high school, coming up and visiting for a Michigan football game. Shea didn't achieve some of the things that people wanted to, like beat Ohio State, go to the playoff, et cetera there, but lay the groundwork that you could have a 5-star quarterback come in at Michigan and win games at the highest level, and it wasn't just John O'Corn or Wilton Spate with the kind of quarterbacks that could succeed or start at Michigan under Jim Harbaugh. Who you got in this game? Give me an M or a W. The M is for Michigan. The W is for Washington. Let me know who you guys got. Who you got tonight in this game. I'll give some shout-outs if you want one. Give me an M or blue. Our guy Phil Betts says M, of course. I'm just going to give shout-outs. If anyone says W, I'll tell you. But other than that, everyone I'm talking about here is saying M. Phil says there. Steve says Yoder's the man. No arguments. No arguments here. No arguments. Not self-proclaimed. Phil said it. I'm sorry, no, Steve said it. David Dykstra says, go blue. Then we got M's coming in from Joey. Super chatter, Joey. Appreciate the two $20 super chats. John, go blue. Go Blue 1881 John says, party with Sean and Shay a few months back in downtown Toledo. Look, I've never partied with Shay like that, but with Sean, man, he's a fun guy. So I'm sure that was pretty exciting. They're cool as hell, absolutely. Dylan's chilling 54. What's the name? Muffin Man 67. So A-Train, Ashley Lawson, Go Blue, Joey, Phil again, Colin, Flint Truth Channel, and Phil Betts. What's that? Oh, Bolt Cullen. The Culligan Man, CR, Michigan for the W. We're going to turn that W into an L. Right? That W is turning into an L. That Washington W is going to turn into an L. Muth says Yoder doesn't suck. That's true. True story. You're right, though, but going after Sam Webb I thought was low. Look, what am I going to do? He goes after me. I don't know. Call a spade a spade. Eye for an eye. What's that saying? Tooth for a tooth. There's eye for an eye. Eye for an eye, whatever it is. So it is what it is. I think Sam does a disservice sometimes to the Michigan football program by not reporting things or fudging the truth, and it comes out later that he was wrong, but for some reason he is the Communist Party, Communist State Media of Michigan football. We've got 30,519 subscribers. Now, that is live, so if you are not subscribed to the channel, you hit the subscribe button. You'll see that magical number go bloop, bloop, and it'll pop up and go live. So let's stick on this. Let's just get one new subscriber. That's all I'm asking for at this moment. Producer Jack is going to run to the bathroom. Chase, I think from those said, Chase said if we get 100, and we got a bunch of hundreds, he said he was going to get some beers. Come on, he's going to have a beer, chug a beer with the people. So if Chase hasn't got those beers, tell him to grab them, Jack, and come on back. Let's see. We'll give some shots here as Jack will be right back. He's going to see where the beer is. Sam started it. Yeah, I agree. Sam did start it. So we'll see. I don't care. I saw Sam Webb at Media Day. He didn't say anything to me. I didn't say anything to him. Whatever. Brett was like, oh, my gosh. Charles Kennebrew with a $200 super chat. Charles, he says, I'm from Flint, but I live in Houston. See you at the game and go blue. Charles, I showed you where we're staying. $200 super chat. We'll put it on screen right now. I'm going to FaceTime you after the game. So that was the super chat menu. FaceTime anyone who sends a $200 super chat. You're on the commemorative hard hat, national championship hard hat. and we're going to FaceTime you, but you're going to be at the game. So, Charles, let me know where you're going to be, or if you can stop by and, I don't remember every face, etc. Like, make sure, hey, it's Charles Kennebrew from YouTube. Come by the Blue Suite lot before the game. We'll be there probably to what? Game starts at 6:30. We'll probably go in about 5:45, I would say, like just to get – what? Kick it at 6:45, even though they tell us 6:30 Central, 7:45 Eastern. So we'll probably be out till about 6 o'clock then, right? And we're right next to the stadium, so come see me. Hope to see you. Now, Charles, if I don't see you for some reason, send me something on social. It's at James Yoder on Twitter or at Michigan Football Report. I really prefer Twitter at this point because I won't be able to keep an eye on both of them that much. Let me know where you're sitting, and if you're in the stadium prior, I'll come and say what's up. But also, DM me your cell number or somehow I can get a hold of you because I want to FaceTime you after the game if we don't meet up. Now, if you happen to know where you're sitting, $200 super chat, you and John Blaze at the game. I'm going to come. We're going to real life FaceTime and just see you in person, jump up and down and celebrate and hug like it's the greatest day of our lives. What's that? Look at that gun. Holy cow. Look at that bicep. So if I see a guy in a Michigan shirt, Superman shirt with a bicep this big, bigger than my thigh, I know it's Charles Kennebrew. $200 super chat, Charles. Super appreciative. That's amazing. We haven't had $200 super chats. John Blaze, Blue Wolverine, a few other ones have sent them over the years. Charles comes in strike three. $200 super chat, Jack. While Jack was gone, he went up there, toss up the menu, Jack, so Charles knows what he's getting. He's going to be at the game and then show people where we are tailgating tonight at NRG Stadium. What a cute name for that company. NRG, that is the name, right? If you say it, you're like, NRG, what's that? Energy. They're an energy company. It's such a little cute little name. Charles gets a $200 on FaceTime you after the game or real life FaceTime. See you in person. $100. Michigan beats Washington. That's the best super chat reward of all time. $100 super chat, Michigan beats Washington. $50, you'll be won. Add him to the commemorative hard hat menu list, Jack. Charles, one of, I think, 13 people now on a commemorative hard hat that after this national championship win, we are going to make part of our intro video sometime either later in January or early February. And then everyone who says a $10 super chat all year long, today's a wheel spin, you're going to be on one of our hard hats. And you will be on the end screen for, let's call it 75% of our videos for the next year, starting in mid-February after National Signing Day. So there is the Super Chat menu. Let's see. How cool, all you people from Flint. That's super cool. So there he goes. $20 from Charles deserves a beer bong live from Yoder. Now, we're in Houston at Media Day. They don't let us bring in a bunch of props like that, and I don't think we can really bring in our own beer. So Chase is off there. Can you guys see if Chase can bring me a beer? Can someone message him? Text him or call him. 2 beers, one for Chase, one for me. We'll chug them in honor of Charles and in honor of everyone in Super Chats today and been a big part of the show. We're at $1,920 in Super Chats. We've been live for 1 hour and 16 minutes. We'll continue to stay live for at least another 30 minutes until 4 o'clock Eastern. But then we've got to go back to our Airbnb. I came prepared. I didn't know we were going to go back. I came prepared. We're going to drop off our computers, studio stuff. And after a Michigan win, right, tonight, when they win, if we get cell signal or Wi-Fi in the stadium, I'm going live. It's just going to be 4 grown men jumping up and down for 20 minutes and screaming, and that's going to be out there. So if you want to super chat and be part of that, I'd love you guys to be a part of that. As long as we get signal, we'll go live after the game. And then Jack and I will be here tomorrow morning after Michigan wins. We'll be here tomorrow morning. Jim Harbaugh's got a press conference, 10 o'clock Eastern. We'll go to that. 30-minute Champions press conference. The offensive and defensive MVP of the game will be there with him. And then Jack and I will take some of that footage, come in here, and we will jump on and have our national championship celebration live from Houston. Coors Light there. So producer Brett can't find Chase, who went to get beers 20 minutes ago. Maybe he's in the men's room or something like that. We'll see. Brett's going to go get some beers to celebrate these Super Chats. We're $80 away from $1,000. We haven't done a $1,000 day, and we've only done a couple of them in history of the show, right? Here's where we are parking today. So you see that. I circled it. I told Shea Patterson's dad to come. That's why I created the screenshot it and texted it to him. There's a chance. Who's the Michigan football player in the NFL that's just kind of blowing up over the last 3-4 months? This season's had a breakout season and was just a marvelous game in a kind of a win-or-go-home playoff game on Saturday. That is Nico Collins, Michigan wide receiver, opted out of the 2020 season. No hard feelings there. I think it's going to be with Shea. There's a chance, not guaranteeing it. A chance Nico Collins might be there tonight. Houston's finest. He is here. He's got a home playoff game, Saturday against the Browns. But I'm pretty confident that Nico Collins will be with his old quarterback from Michigan, Shea Patterson. That is where we are going to be. We got some Jim Harbaugh footage. Jack, go ahead and press that button. Jim Harbaugh talking about Nico Collins, his wide receiver in the NFL.
Nico Collins has had a breakout season. I was just curious I know you're busy, but if you got to see any of the game last night, if you had been able to reach out to him at all, and what you think about the job he's done for the Texans this year.
It was fun to watch. I think he had 9 targets, 9 receptions, a ton of yards, 2 touchdowns. It was just great. I mean, just go back and think about the time when he was in high school, visiting him at his school. I mean, the reporting as a freshman, how hard he worked to put himself in that position. Just warms the cockles of the heart. And then to see him standing at the podium after the game in the letter jacket, I mean, that was really cool. So it's great. Keep doing you, Nico. It's working.
There's Coach Jim Harbaugh. I got to get that Nico Collins with like a Michigan Letterman's jacket on coming out their game in their post game on their Saturday, right? It's kind of crazy that team has gone from 2 wins and now they're in the AFC playoffs. So that's where we're going to park. Join us. Make sure you guys remember because I might be 2-3 drinks in. I've recognized faces, etc. But just like remind me your name when you come up, so I don't call you the wrong name or something like that. So join us if you want. We'll be hanging there as long as it's not like lightning in and they're canceling it. We are going to be there, rain or not, as long as it's not disastrous or we're going to be drenched going into the game. Let's go to my keys of victory. Michael Penix. So it's a challenge, right? Michael Penix is going to be a challenge. I think he's going to have success. It's a completely polar opposite of a challenge that they had against Jalen Milroe. He can hit the deep ball. He can hit down the sidelines. He can hit in the seams. He can throw. Oh my gosh. Fire alarm's going off. I was scared the crap out of me for a second. I hope that's not super annoying. The fire alarms are going off. Hold on. Say evacuate the building. So there's evidence of fire in the building. You guys hear this? Can you hear that? I speak Spanish. You hear this? The fire alarm is going off. They're saying evacuate the J.W. Marriott Galleria Media Hotel. There's $10 from Super Chat from Tim Exley. Toss it up on screen really quick, Jack. Fire, evacuate the building. Should we stay? Someone send out a Super Chat. Tim sent a Super Chat. Leaving for the game now, boys. Missed you last night. All comes down to this. Go Blue. Tim, send me a DM on Twitter or something like that. Let me know what section you're going to sit in or if you can make it to the Blue Lodge. Remind me your name. I won't know what the brown tea looks like. So, Tim, actually, let me know. And we will go there. So, appreciate it. Enjoy, Tim. DM me if you can't make it to tailgate. Let me know what section you're in. Maybe we can meet up before the game. We'll go in about 45 minutes prior to kickoff. Now, Let's get a weigh-in option. Should we evacuate? Yes or no? So we're at the Media Hotel, and I don't know if you guys can hear this because these are the good mics, so it keeps out all the stuff. But this is really loud. No, slow jamming. If you guys want, it's called the Hilton's America or Hilton Americas. Yeah. Okay. So the Hilton Americas Houston Hotel is actually where this football team. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna put the address in the live chat. Gosh, this is wild. I don't know. Can you guys hear that? Houston, America. This is crazy. Now it's literally just going off. Okay, should we evacuate? There's a fire alarm going off. All the things are flashing around us for fire alarm, and it's saying evacuate the building. There is evidence of a fire. Now, I think it's probably a false alarm, but I don't want to die. But what do you think, Jack? I don't see or smell any fire, right? So I'm not that scared by any means, but this is a tad concerning, right? It's a tad concerning that this is happening right now. Building. So there's if you guys are in town, Hilton Americas, not Hilton's America. Hilton Americas Houston is where the Michigan team is staying. I bet after the game, after this win, that place is going to be a madhouse, like Beatles are in town or something like that. Should we evacuate? Jack, get your camera on. Show me and duck out of the way. Show them like the fire alarm going off behind you. So get on camera. Go full screen, Jack, or as big as you can. What? Yeah, it's right behind me, but there you go. Like those are going off all around the building. There's one literally 4 or 5 feet behind me, right behind our screen, and it is super annoying.
I just want to say for the record, executive producer Brett went out and looked.
Yep.
Nobody's moving very hastily. We don't see any fires, so we think it might be a false alarm, but we're not sure. But we'll see.
Just change it to yes or no instead of the type. Yes or no. So, gosh. Wait. Okay, it stopped. So it's false alarm, Jack. It's still flashing, but the sound is stopped, the alarm is stopped, and then the guy coming over and says, evacuate the building, the automated response there. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, if there's sprinklers, it'll ruin $15,000, $20,000 of computers and equipment. Jack, sacrifice yourself. You have to jump out this window, Jack. Jump 25 feet down to the ground with this laptop, okay, if there's fire.
Yeah, we are most definitely on like the 3rd or 4th floor of this hotel. So if I jump, it's a pretty far fall.
Strike 3. Brett, can you fill up from that thing for me? Thank you. It's like game day. I'm so excited that I'm thirsty. Yeah, I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty for this win tonight, but not that kind of, I'm thirsty, but not that much. So no sprinklers yet. Nothing in the hall. We sent somebody out in the hall. Said it was, no one seemed to be moving a sense of urgency, so it seemed like a false alarm. Back to my keys to Tugger pulled the alarm. Yeah, Mel Tugger. I think that's probably what happened. He's trying to. Slappy Sam? He knew Sam Webb. He knew we were live. Sam's probably one of these guys. Steal it. It would be a good one. Like I would give him mad respect if he pulled a fire alarm just to mess with this live show. But we persist on. We persist on here at the Michigan Football Report. A-Train says, laughing my ass off. Poor Jack if you have to take the production laptop, jump 30 feet down to the bushes, break an arm, break an elbow. $50,000 in medical bills, save a $4,000 computer. Yeah, for the content. If we can get it on video, it might be worth it, right? Might worth it. Especially if you were like, if your jacket was on fire and you like jumped and you were flaming and you subscribe to the chat sport. Boom, it lands on the ground. That would be awesome. 4 hours. 4 hours from now, Michigan is going to be kicking off against Washington. Who will get the ball? We don't know. Alabama, kicked off to Michigan last time. They got the ball after halftime. Didn't matter, although they were hot in the third quarter as Michigan didn't have its best third quarter. But we will see coming up tonight, NRG Stadium in Houston. Hit Penix with a 4-man rush. I said it a few moments ago when we went over these. You got to get that. But if you're relying, now Michigan is very successful with their blitz, right? Very successful with their blitz. We already played this video, Jack, so I don't think the sound is necessarily needed, but feel free to have that on there. Hit him with a 4-man rush, or at least collapse that pocket, make him uncomfortable with the 4-man rush, and still blitz, but don't blitz too much. And you got to be successful when you blitz. You got to hit him. You got to sack him, right? In the first half against Alabama, they blitzed 6 times, right? 6 times against Alabama. 5 sacks. That is an absurd success rate for this program. And now the blitzer didn't get every one of those sacks, but like on those 6 plays, 5 of them resulted in a sack. A couple from linebackers, a couple 3 from defensive ends, etc. That is what you've got to do. Michigan's also got to run the ball. All right? This team needs to run the ball successfully. They've got to do it all game. They've got to impose their will in the third quarter like they've done against Ohio State for 3 years, against Penn State, against Alabama in the fourth quarter into overtime. They have got to run the ball. Donovan Edwards is going to be a part of that, whether it's running, catching, or passing, right? He passed the ball back to JJ last week. It was a backwards lateral, so it didn't count in the stat book for him. That was best play. But we talked to him about being here for the third straight year, getting over the hump in the semifinals, and how this experience can help Michigan against Washington, who is at their first college football playoff since 2015. But anyone in this program was not there at the time. Here is Diamond Edwards.
I mean, I just think that they executed on more things than we executed on. So, I mean, they won the game. You can't say it's a fluke when a team wins the game. And even if they lose, it's not a fluke. But the only thing that you can do is just prepare yourself for situations differently. And I think experience is the best friend of a man, because once you go through certain things, you understand that, okay, I don't want to be here ever again. And you're going to do things differently to be able to get to a certain point in life where you want to be. And I think it was a blessing for us, because look at it, like, we had about 60, 70 guys that played in that game against TCU, returned to Michigan. Our leaders, our captains, Blake is back too. So I think all of those things play a big factor in, like what had happened last year. And for us now, like the opportunity, it presents itself. So I don't think it's a fluke, like you just live on it for 365 days, a little bit less too, because the first game of the season pops up. But like you just remember those things. It just makes you work harder. It has a fire in you that would never go away because of, what that you could have did or what you could have did better.
Last thing I want to ask you.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If anyone subscribes right now, you'll see that number change from 30,523 to 30,524. Jack, just think of the vibes. We're on 23. That's this team. 24. That's this year now. National championship guaranteed. So let's see. What's that? I'm a big dot connector, right? Big time dot connector. One subscriber gets it to 24. You know what I'm going to do, Jack? Subscribe to the channel. So one person watching. We've got 200 people watching right now. One of you is not subscribed to the channel. Hit the subscribe button right now. Change that 23 to a 24 so this Michigan football team can have the vibes. It's like, happened live. Got the 24 on screen. And we will continue on with the show. Should I go and protest? No one's done it, Jack. It's been up here for 20, 30 seconds. No one's done it. I'm just going to protest. I'm just not talking until someone does it. Ooh. Actually, I might have to talk for a second. Oh, we got the spammers. We got spammers. Hey, type B. The bots are in the chat. Type B. Spam B to get rid of them. YouTube told us if we get their audience to type B at a high rate, the bots, they get in here and try and watch our live stream for free. The bots are in the chat. There it is, Jack. Get off the screen. Get off the screen. 524. Get it off the screen. There we go. We sit at 24. We got the subscriber, so we got there. The bots are in the chat. Spam B to get rid of them. We can't be the only ones to spam B. The bots are in the chat trying to push their live stream of the game and whatever that was. It was CFP Final Streaming, ESPNHQ.com. Watch the game live here. And there you go. We got enough B's. YouTube pulled them away. Those comments have been deleted. But this Michigan football team with Blake Corum, we're a running team, okay? We are a running team. Don't stress, though, if it's not popping off early, because we have seen, how many times have I said it, right? Ohio State 2022, Ohio State 2023, Penn State 2023, Alabama last Monday from the Rose Bowl. Struggling in the second quarter does not equal struggling in the fourth quarter always for this team. They hit you. I mean, did you guys see that video? Gosh, I caught it the other day. I should have pulled it up and tweeted it out of the fourth down that Michigan went for in the second quarter, whatever. Maybe it was fourth and one, maybe it was third and one. But the push Alabama got on that, it's 4th and 1, I think it was. Blake Corum crashed through the line 6 yards downfield. I mean, the Michigan offensive line just destroyed a stacked Alabama front. It was just somebody wants it and somebody doesn't, looking at that video. So we're running a team. If it's not popping off early, don't stress. But Michigan needs to, of course, on the defense side of the ball, obviously, if you can't run the ball if you're down. So they've got to play their game and expect to own the line of scrimmage in the second half. Anybody wants a shout out, type me. I got some shout outs to the B crew. Chad Ode, Ashley Lawson, Strike 3 with his $200 super chat today. The man, you'll be on a commemorative, and DM me on Twitter your phone number. I will FaceTime you when Michigan wins. It told me I sent it to my message, ATrain132. I mean, look, you're the best. You're always in the live chat, always watching the shows. Super appreciative of the support you have given. Ashley Lawson, Chad Ode, Mike Williams, spam me if you want to shout out. We'll get those. I'll give some shots here in a second. But let's take a look at this Washington defense that Michigan will go up against. This Michigan running attack will try and have some success at. I thought Texas should have continued to run the ball, right? They had 189 yards, I think it was. They were doing some good things, and they just went away from the running game to try and – they didn't play their game. They should have played a more run-heavy. They weren't going to keep up with – you're not going to out-sunshine the Sunshine Boys. Texas' passing attack is not as good as Washington's, yet they got away from the running attack and tried to keep up with them passing. And, they actually got down by 2 scores late in the game and actually took a few miracle things to actually have a chance to win it on the final play, 4th down of the game. So keys to victories for Michigan going up against that defense, you got to run the ball. You've got to run the ball successfully, and don't freak out as a fan, as a player, as a coaching staff. It is not working early. We've seen it, that it can continue to work late. I reminded by this Washington offense of Ohio State 2021, Ohio State 2022, but really that 2021 team, right? Jackson Smith and Jigba, right? A top 15 NFL draft pick. Chris Olave, a top 12 draft pick. Garrett Wilson, a top 12 draft pick. And CJ Stroud, Rookie of the Year in the NFL probably this year. I mean, he could be up there. For me, he probably ends up top 5 in the MVP voting, I would guess, right? What'd you guys think? CJ Stroud, NFL MVP? Top 10 at least, right? I mean, he's taking with 2 wins to the playoffs in his first year. He went, if you'd have looked at the stats 2 years ago, with those NFL wide receivers, right? A better group than what I think Washington's going to roll out here. And I think he's probably was a better quarterback than Penix, all things being considered. But he was Coldridge. He couldn't get it done in the cold. But he got the stats done. Michigan bent, but they didn't break. 34-49 in 2021, 349 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. The next year he went for like 340 still, threw for 50 times again, but did have those 2 interceptions. That's really kind of what propelled Michigan. The one when they were down 2 scores late, and the last one was kind of a throwaway one. McCarthy Page on the tip ball when they were already down 45-23. But these guys did numbies, right? They did numbers. 28 catches between Smith and Jigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. 28 catches, and then quick math here. 28 catches, 334 yards between those 3 guys. He only had 349, right? So those guys, the other catches for them, I think they had one to Trayvon Henderson for like a 5-yard screen for a touchdown. But like there was only like 5-6 other catches or like 40 other yards other than these guys, 70 other yards I guess it was, all in. We talked to Will Johnson, right, about he was on that team in 2021, but he was in 2022. Big part, got the start against Ohio State in Columbus, Michigan winning. How these offenses of Ohio State with Stroud compares to Washington, and if the team and the coaching staff has talked and say, hey, let's look back at those games as a blueprint for defensive philosophy against Washington. Will, 2021 Ohio State, you weren't there for that game, but how much has that game plan, shutting down those 3 NFL first-round receivers, number 2 pick of the draft quarterback, C.J. Stroud, how much has that defensive game plan gone into the prep for a very similar offense in Washington this week?
I wouldn't say that specific game impacts what we're doing this game because they're kind of different styles of offenses, but definitely with having those 3 talented receivers, there's some similarities for sure how to stop that elite passing game.
Odunze obviously has had a productive year. When you watch him, what stands out and what are you excited about kind of matching up against him?
Yeah, I mean, they have a great scheme. They know how to get him open a lot and put him in the right position a lot of the time. Penix is a great quarterback, puts the ball in there at good spots for him too. So he has pretty good ball skills. He tracks the ball well, has good hands, and I mean he's the reason why he has so many receiving yards this year. So he's an elite receiver.
He's right up there with Marvin Harrison Jr. in terms of production. How do you feel? You matched up pretty well against Harrison against Ohio State. How do you feel like your success in that game will help you in this matchup?
I mean, I'm confident in myself. I mean, with most matchups, so it's really just about the preparation. That's the biggest way I think about it. Just prepare myself the best I can be for the game and go out there and finish it and execute it.
Well, bend but don't break. And maybe, the coaching. I thought Michigan's players were very measured in their responses. Didn't really give us too much. I mean, any of the media, and that's kind of par for the course these days. No bulletin board material really came out of either side's press conferences. But it is what it is. Guys, we didn't put this as a goal, but it became the goal as the Super Chats came into it. So appreciate all the support. I mean, you guys have crushed. I don't know if we've ever gotten, maybe 1 or 2 shows ever, this many $100, $50 more Super Chats. It's crazy. We've been live for 1 hour and 38 minutes or something like that, 37 minutes. And we've already have $929 in Super Chats. So $70, $71 gets us to gets to 1,000. That'd be crazy, right? That'd be good vibes to go into this game tonight. Here's what you get. Any super chat, we'll put it on screen, give you a shout out, quickly answer your question. Wheel spin, any $10 super chat. We'll show that wheel spin menu here in a second. $50 is a special one because we're getting a commemorative hard hat, right? You guys know the hard hats. We're going to get like a really nice one with like a national championship sticker, and I'm going to kind of hold it in the show intro screen at some point later this month or not, kind of like show it, do one of these, etc. And then we're going to make it a fixture of the show forever, right? Forever. So if you want to, this is it, right? We're probably about 25 more minutes live. You've got 25 more minutes to be immortalized on this show, not just for a year, forever. Our national championship hard hat collection. We should show those names here in a second, Jack. We just got one more to make sure we add Charles Kennebrew with a $200 super chat. $100. This is the best value of all time. $100 super chat. Michigan beats Washington. That's the reward. I'd pay that every day, right? If I could super chat $100, Michigan beats Washington, like that'd be a no-brainer. And then $200. Charles Kennebrew. Strike 3. John Blaze. I've got John Blaze's number, strike 3, Charles Kennebrew. Make sure you guys are sending me a DM on Twitter at James Yoder with your phone number so I can FaceTime you after the game. And Charles, hoping to see you in person. We can do some we'll get some real FaceTime. And then maybe run down to your section and we'll jump up and down and celebrate a Michigan national championship. We have 8 spots in the wheel no longer, Jack. We got 12 spots in the wheel, right? Or 13, right? That header doesn't ring true anymore, right? Oh, the wheel. Oh, sorry. The wheel. I was thinking the helmet. I'm sorry. Yeah, the commemorative helmet. Yeah, this is the wheel. My bad. That's what I thought you were going to next. So let's talk about the spots on the wheel. We'll spin it, $10 super chat. We'll spin the wheel, and 8 options can happen. I will sing Hail to the Victors. I will tell you a story about Yoder's Michigan memory. Did one earlier, and it was talking about meeting Shane Johnson last night and having him bear hug me and do some shots of tequila. That was my Michigan memory, a hazy Michigan football memory. Yoder's Michigan memories. Ask me anything. First question in the live chat. $10 jumping jacks. Producer Jack, super producer Jack, a.k.a. Young Harbaugh, will do 10 jumping jacks. We'll spin again. We'll sing It's Great to Be a Michigan Wolverine. We'll do a behind-the-scenes video, or I will do 10 squats. Step back from this chair, do 10 squats, get those legs moving, get things feeling right here on the show. Here's the Legends Club. These people are immortalized forever for the entire history of this show going forward until I hang it up. My jersey's put in the rafters, and youngest Harbaugh, Preston Yoder, takes over, and he's the new host of the show at some point. Steve Reichard, a.k.a. our friend Steve, Ashley Lawson, Backroad Blue, Hockey Jody, the Lords of Shred, Lord Buddy Bear, Blue Wolverine. 2 of the first 6 have Lord in the name. What are the odds of that? Blue Wolverine, some of the biggest supporters of the show. And then we've got Strike 3. So it's up to 13 now. Strike 3. Jack's mother, Chris Lauderay, mother of Young Harbaugh, mother of Dragons, mother of Young Harbaugh. John Blaze, our Super Chat MVP 2022 and 2023. And the man's returned. Did we get those beers? Oh, all right. Chase finally made it back. I think it was some of those wings last night. Chase didn't sit well hitting the men's room. I don't know. Shane Johnson and then Charles Kennebrew came in with a $200 super chat as we are $71 away from a 1,000 goal. If you can super chat, great. If not, guys, we appreciate all the support. This has been the final live show of what has been a tremendous season. Let's take a look at this Washington wide receiver group. Rome Odunze. He gets all the love, all the attention. 1,600 yards receiving this year. Just an absolute stud. I know their fans thought he should have won the Biletnikoff. Jalen McMillan. He didn't have as big of a game against Texas, but he is like their number 2. Jalen Polk is a really nice 3rd spot. And then Jack Westover, hell of a tight end. And they use their tight ends more than I think even like Ohio State did back in the more high-flying days of Ryan Day. They started using, what's his name, Cade Stover a lot more in 2022 and then a lot here in 2023. But in the past, they didn't as much, and Washington does a much better job of that. Mike Sayers will talk about the Michigan football defense going up against this Washington passing game.
Teams who do, pre-snap shifts, pre-snap motions. I don't think we've played teams who will shift, motion back, and then motion again. But I think it's a challenge to, being able to stay disciplined, having your eyes in the right place, not being able to see the final formation and then anticipate what you'll get out of that formation. I guess, what you can say about that is it's not about how it starts, it's about how it finishes in terms of how the formation begins and ends.
There's Mike Sanders. You got to bend but don't break. Michigan needs some snap motion. I loved what I saw against Alabama. I mean, I didn't do any statistical research on this, but it seemed that it was the highest percentage of pre-snap motion that we've seen from this team in a long time. Certainly, I think underscore more, definitely. They do a lot of it, but it seemed like it was every single play. And the big plays for Michigan all had elaborate 3-4 guys going in pre-snap motion. Let's take a look at this Washington Huskies team throughout the year. They start off the year with a 59-6-19 home win against Boise State. What's this next one, Jack? Is that Tulane got the win there, 43-10. So they were hot, right? They went on the road. They got a win at Michigan Stadium, Michigan State Stadium, Spartan Stadium against the Spartans, 41-7. Absolutely blew them out. Crushed out, but they started to give up some points here, right? And then the close game started, right? Arizona, I think if that game was played later in the year, I think Arizona's got a pretty dang good chance. They were a player or two away from making a stop and getting that win, right? A one-score game. And that's the thing. Is like this Washington team has proven throughout this year to be maybe one of the best one-score teams to not lose those games I've ever seen in my life, right? Because there's one of them right there. I think it's 8, but we'll count them. One there, Arizona. Next week, 2 weeks later after a bye, Oregon. There's 2. Arizona State. There's 3. So win Stanford, it's 9 points, so not technically 1. USC, 52-42. There is not. That's 10 points. Then Utah, 35-28. So there's 4, right? 4 one-score wins. Then you've got Oregon State, 22-20. I thought they were going to lose that game. They didn't. So it's 5. Washington State, I mean, look how close those games were. There's 6 in the, what's the Washington, the Apple Cup? Is that what it is? Apple Cup. So there's 6. 3-point win again over Oregon. There's 7. And then a 6-point win against Texas. There's 8 one-score games. I think it was like 8 of the last 9 games of the year, right? Right? There you go. Or at least 8 of the last 10 games of the year for them. That's crazy. Here's Chase Cedar. He's got those beers. Push us full screen if you can, Jack. In honor of Charles Canabrew, in honor of John Blaze, someone's FaceTime audioing me. I wonder who that is. I can't pick up at the moment, but we'll get back to them. In honor of Strike 3, Ashley Lawson, Chris Lotteray, the big dogs of today's Michigan Football Report. I know we got a few more. I'll give some shots to Shane Johnson, of course. Tim Exley threw in a $10. Brad Bucherite threw in a $10. Outdoor Montana, Michael K. Joey with 42 $20 super chats. So this is in honor of you. Come on over here, Chase. It's Chase Senior, 49ers Report. Eagles Now by Chat Sports hosts 2 shows, has been kind of our wingman here. All the behind-the-scenes stuff, all this footage, Chase helped me collect on Saturday, on Sunday, along with Jack and Brett. So let's do it. We can chug the whole thing? I don't know. I don't know if you can chug a bottle the entire thing, can you?
We can give a sizable hefty chug.
Okay, we'll chug.
We're also not signing off until we get to 1,000 in super.
Yeah, Jack said. What? You put that lower third up, Jack. Show the people. There you go. Goal. I know, that's the goal. Send Chase to the game. Let's get to 1,000 in supers. All right, it's tough because of the filtration. It's tough to chug a full bottle, but we'll give him a sizable one. All right, there you go. Me and Chase Senior, go blue.
That is cold.
Whew. Almost did the entire thing.
1,000. I'm chugging the rest.
$10 super chat coming in from Brad Bucherite. Brad, the tenor, Jack, spin that wheel. Brad says, go blue. We're now at $940. Jack, let's just round it up instead of cutting off that 89 cents. $940 is the number. How do we even get 89 cents in chat revenue? Like, did someone send? That's weird. Maybe somebody sent like pesos or something like that. We just didn't realize they're Australian dollars. $10 from Super Chat. Jack, we got to roll it. We got to spin the wheel, baby. We got to spin the wheel. We got to spin the wheel, Jack. Come on, Jack. We got to spin the wheel. Let's do it. All right, spin the wheel. That's what $10 Super Chat goes. Go ahead and roll that wheel, Jack. Let's see what we get to for that $10 Super Chat from Brad. It is 4:02 Eastern. Yoder's Michigan Memories. Anybody got any things you want to hear about? What do you got? Yeah, it was fun. Didn't get as much recognition there. I was, probably because it's funny when I wear a hat. Don't get as many people say what's up because I'm wearing the hat, right? It's tougher to recognize somebody. Just like it was for our boy from Washington earlier today. Who is that? I can't tell under the hat. Rose Bowl was great. I do want to say I think it's the game. It's tough to figure out if the kids are going to like sports or they know what's going on. It's the game, and this is the memory here. Being at a stadium, overpaid for tickets, 17th row, corner end zone. I was looking right down the goal line. It was awesome. I think it was the day that my son figured out what football fan is. And I think that memory and the Donovan Edwards video, I don't know if you guys saw that. We should play that here in a second. Those two things have turned him into a Michigan football fanatic. It's all he can talk about. He's been a huge Donovan Edwards fan. And I was doing, I don't know if you guys do this, but here's the memory that I'm going to give you from this game is I feel that my actions decide the outcomes of games, right? That's just fact. If I scratch my eye and Michigan makes a bad play, well, I can never scratch my eye again the rest of this game or they keep making bad plays. If I have my hands together and they get a defensive stop, that's what it is. I got hands together every single play. If I stop my foot, I got to do it again. That's the kind of thing I am. And so it became for this one is he was because he couldn't see. There's a really tall guy in front of us, etc. So he was standing on the seat holding onto my shoulder. And so the one point, he lost balance. I grabbed his shoulder. It was the play that Jalen Miller fumbled in the fourth quarter. So every play, right before the snap, put my hand there. Just put it there for 1 second, went back. I'm like, we got to recreate that memory. It worked. No, they didn't hold it. Just put it there. Make sure you compose himself. Put it there. And I went back to this, clap, 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 and hands on the knees. That was the routine. That worked. They won the game, Jack. So I control the outcomes of the game. So there's yours Michigan football memories of finding the right, itch, scratch, move leg, the right combo. It was touching son's hands, hold on underneath the shoulder, clap 3-4 times, hands on your thighs, inch down, snap, big play for Michigan, win, touchdown, Blake Corum overtime, stop, Jalen Milroe, 2-yard line. And Donovan Edwards, I showed him a video of my son. My son's like, show the Don the video if you see him. Show the Don the video. My son having 2 Donovan Edwards shirts. Here's my game day outfit. It's the Don. Turn around, Daddy. It's the Don. He had 2 Donovan Edwards shirts. So he saw that. You see the smile that brought to Donovan Edwards' face, and really appreciate Edwards. He was awesome, just such a cool dude, such a nice Jack, polite, gracious, thankful. I just can't talk enough about how cool he was. And the fact that he didn't just say something to my son, he asked him what his name was, Preston, that he pulled me in and made me part of it so I kind of get extra dad points. Here is Donovan Edwards addressing his biggest fan, Preston Yoder. It's the Don.
Preston, your pops just showed me a video of you. We appreciate the support. I appreciate the support. Go Blue. Thank you for everything, my friend.
That's awesome. Appreciate it. What a guy. What a guy. And he was just as good on the mic for Media Day. And Jack and I were over there, and man, no one's on Edwards right now. He was up on the podium for a while. He was the last one to go. It was JJ, and then Blake, and then him on one of the podiums. And last 5-6 minutes, there was only a few people. So Jack and I got to sit there for, 5, 6, 7 minutes of just us, maybe one other person asking 4 or 5 questions, and it was awesome. I did find it funny that one guy they were going back and forth. I kind of step in. The guy was talking about the losses. Edwards was confused about the losses. He's like, you guys have only lost 1 game the last 2 years. I was like, no, man, we lost 3 games. No, 1 game, 3 games. He's like, he's just talking about 2022 and 23, not your freshman year. Oh, yeah, cool, gotcha. Yeah, just the last 2 seasons. So that was that. We are at, $940 in Super Chat. Predict the score in the live chat. I'm going to get my score prediction here in 1 second. Jack, you changed your score prediction, but we will get yours up as well. Predict the score. I want to give a few scores before I give you my final score prediction, as we are 3 hours and 39 minutes until kickoff of Michigan-Washington, the national championship game. Just say it out loud. 3 years ago, this team was a disaster. Recruiting sucked. The defense fell apart. Ambry Thomas and Nico Collins, all these guys opted out. It looked like the end of Jim Harbaugh. They had to cut his salary in half, right? I've never seen a reputational turnaround in history. Jim Harbaugh, December of 2020 to Jim Harbaugh, October of 2021. He went young. We were saying at the time, every coach on this team now is under 40 years old, maybe one 40-year-old coach, Steve Klinkscale. A bunch of guys, 33, 34, 35, aggressive, young. And they turned it around. They went new formula. Got rid of Donovan Edwards, brought in the Ravens defense to stop Ohio State. Josh Adams was still there, but took over. No more speed and space crap. Back to Harbaugh man ball, the ground raid offense that we coined. Washington game was really when it broke out. Second game of the year in 2021. It's Hassan Haskins left. Blake Corum, 40, 50-yard touchdown. This is a different team than we saw last year. Just think about it. National championship game for where this program was 3 years ago. 4 years ago, almost to the day, by the way, we coined the phrase, beat Ohio State again. And it's worked every year since. Michigan has not lost to Ohio State in 4 years since that has happened. And then last year, 363 days, We first in this program said Houston or bust, and it came to fruition. I'm not saying I'm Nostradamus, but some people have called me Yostradamus. Everything we've said about this team for the last 3 years has come true. Beat Ohio State again. Bosa, Houston or bust. And it's all going to come to fruition with a national championship win tonight. I'll give some score predictions out and show you mine. Ashley Lawson, chug them beer, boys. We did. Those beers, boys. Appreciate that. Mike Williams as well. Strike three. $200 super chat earlier. Going to FaceTime him later. 42-23, Michigan wins. 24-14, Michigan from Grosse Point Blank, Michigan, not Point Blank. I don't know who wins. I don't have a dog in this fight from Thomas T-Bone. How about that? T-Bone. It's a Seinfeld thing. Well, give me a prediction anyways. You got no college football. You're watching this. 41-35, Joey, I'm assuming that's Michigan. Mo says 31-24, Michigan. Brandon Cheney, 51 to not enough, Michigan. Ooh, that's a big one. 41, he says. 41. He changes to Brandon already. 45-24, Ashley Lawson. That's basically the Ohio State score from 2022. That one was 45-23, so I like where your head's at. Houston or bust from strike three. Let's throw up the M. 34-27 Michigan, says Football Head DK. My final and consistent score prediction, 42-24 Michigan. I think it will be a one-score game in the third quarter, but I just got vibes. I've had visions. Let me give you a vision. See in the future for a second. Michigan start putting it on them in the fourth quarter. Michigan might even be down by 3 points at halftime. You never know. They're going to score. They're going to get a stop, 3 and outs in the third quarter. They're going to run the ball, score. Michigan's going to be up by 10 points at this point. I don't know what the score will be exactly. They'll be up by 10 points at this point. We'll call it, 28-18, 28-17, something like that. 28-17, they're going to score after that 3 and out. And we're getting into the fourth quarter. Mike Sainristil, interception, pick six or down. Michigan puts it up, and again, there's 10 minutes left in the game, and Michigan is going to be up 35-17. Washington will come down, score. Okay, 35-24. They can still be in this bad boy. And then Michigan, just like against Penn State, and then Ohio State, really, is going to march down the field, take up almost the entire clock, 6-7 minutes, score one last time. Blake Corum, put in the end zone, a capper on this season, his career, the winningest quarterback in running back in college football history, right? You guys know this? Blake Corum, 25 starts at Michigan, undefeated. Only running back in college football history to do that. 20 starts and more, undefeated, 26-9. J.J. McCarthy, 26-1, tied with Jameis Winston. In the last 80 years, best winning percentage by a quarterback who started over 20 games. Say again? What? Yeah, start. Tore his everything in his knee. Pick the score. My final score prediction, 42-24. In line with a lot of you guys, I see a 42-20 from Sound Kayak. Joe Gates says 42-28. Zaire, game day, baby. Throw up those M's. Game day. Killian says, I think Michigan has upsets. It's being covered. Has a upset. 24-21. Washington. So Killian's saying Washington's going to win. First one I've seen there. This is better than ESPN crap. Go Yoder, go Blue. Appreciate that, Zaire. It's not just me. It's Chase. It's Brett. It's young Harbaugh behind the scenes as well. And it's all of you guys, because we wouldn't be live if we had nobody watching. So appreciate that all you guys do. Jack, tell the people your score prediction.
I actually changed my score prediction. I'm going 35-30 Michigan. Michigan's going to win. I think there will be threes on both sides. Michael Penix is dynamic. They have, as Tom Downey has said, a better wide receiver room than a lot of NFL teams. Washington's going to score. It's going to happen. Michigan has the best defense in the country, and they will be able to hold them at times, but inevitably Washington will score. This is going to be an instant classic game. It's going to be one of the best games we've seen of the year. I don't think anything's going to top the Rose Bowl, but it's going to be one of the best games we see this year. And I have Michigan 35-30, and then we're partying and having a grand old time.
Producer Brett brought a suitcase with him, coming from Dallas, and the rumor on the street is, someone went in his room and says it's just $1 bills. I wonder what we're going to do with that, Brett. You dog, you Brett. You dog, you sly dog, you. I knew you'd come through, Brett. That is my keys to a Michigan football victory. The last one, though, is let JJ make plays. I think they got away from that at times. against Alabama. Gosh, I mean, think about it. You 2 muff punts, you miss a field goal, you miss an extra point. Their kickers kicking 50, their kickers kicked 2 50-yard field goals. Alabama's did. Their punters booming punts 48, 50 yards every single time. Michigan was getting like 35 yards a punt. All those happened in the special teams, and Michigan still got the victory. So I think they just overcome all of that. I think Jay Harbaugh is one of the best special teams coaches in America. I don't think that's going to happen this week as well. Let JJ make some plays. If he makes as many plays as he had fans asking for his autograph and mobbing him, it was JJ McCarthy mania after Michigan's media day on Saturday morning. Hundreds and hundreds of Michigan fans in kind of in this, they literally had stands for fans right next to where we were in the media day, asking questions to JJ and Blake and Rod Moore and Jim Harbaugh and Mike Hart. Mike Hart had a pretty couple good answers. He was with Indiana a few years back. So there is a bunch of JJ McCarthy footage, though. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. We've got coverage there. I'll put a lot of stuff on Twitter, but we'll put the Instagram story as the easiest way to share a bunch of different photos at a time. So I'm going to try and be pretty good about that tonight. So follow us on IG at Michigan Football Report so you can follow along from the game, as we're going to be out of here in a few minutes. And we're going to head over we're going to drop our bags off at our Airbnb, and we are going to head over to NRG Stadium, the Blue Suite parking lot. Put in the live chat, follow our Instagram story now. So let JJ make more plays. We're at $940 in Super Chat. We're going to stay live for about let's call it 6 more minutes, Jack. 3:20 we'll cut off there. So Chase said he's going to be pretty disappointed if Michigan fans don't get us to 9 or to 1,000. We're at 940 right now. Toss up that Super Chat menu to tell people what they can get, Jack, for just one moment. Appreciate everyone who is watching. Dylan is chilling. It says 54-13 Michigan. Let's see. 24/7 Funny says 30-9 Michigan. That have to be a tough one. 3 field goals or maybe a field goal, touchdown and missed extra point. 28-24 Michigan wins, says Sean Salidas. Chad Ode, what's going on, Chad? Appreciate seeing you today, but man. Go Blue, hashtag Michigan, and might get off tomorrow, work off tomorrow because of snowstorm Michigan. Wouldn't that be great? Michigan wins the national championship tonight, and the state of Michigan blanketed in the snowstorm. So the kids get to stay home from school. They can stay up late, watch the game maybe, and some people can't get into work, so they get to have fun all night and sleep in or celebrate all day tomorrow. But let me know who you got in this one. Let's stay on this for a second. I just noticed it. Go back to that if you can, Jack. I apologize. I didn't realize it was up on screen. The Super Chat menu, I'll just show you one more time. $10 a wheel spin. We'll do some crazy, wacky things in that wheel. $50 is the last chance. You got 5 minutes to be on the commemorative hard hat. Intro the show. I'll hold it up. You'll be a legend. This is not just this year. This one is forever. A Hard Hat Legends commemorative national championship. Hard hat. $100, though. This is the best value in Super Chat history. $100, and Michigan beats Washington. Chris Lottery, it's that simple. Like, that's the best money. It's the best money spent you can get there. There's $50 Super Chat coming from Joey. There's $50 Super Chat coming from Joey. He just says, go Blue! Joey, you are a legend for life, my man. You are on there forever. What's the 3 mean? S6, Jim Prindable, the 60 burger. Jim Prindable, Jack, Chase, go get 2 more. Can you get 2 more for us? Chug. There you go. We hit 1,000. Put the number up, Jack. Put the number up, Jack. Change it. So 50, 60, so we'd be at 1050 even. There's Chase Sr. I don't have as much as he does left, but this is to Jim Prindable. And there goes 20 more Super Chats from Chad Ode. So Joey, Jim, and Chad coming in hot. So at 1070 now, Jack. Cheers, Chase. Go Blue. Boom. Finish that bad boy. There you go, Chase. Why don't you grab some? Maybe we don't get them before we go live, but we'll have celebratory ones we head to the car. What? If it's a close, no line, sure. If it takes you more than like 3-4 minutes, then no. Chad O says 1K, do this. Chad, appreciate it. Let's do 1 wheel spin for Chad. Even though it's $10 a wheel spin, let's do 1 for Chad. Jim Prindable. Do we put Jim's on screen? I don't know if we saw that. I was chugging. Jim Prindable says, just got in the chat. Let's go Blue. Chat. Jim, you are on the commemorative hard hat, right? So add him to the list really quick, Jack, if we can. Him and Joey as the wheel spin. We've got 15 members of the Hard Hat Club, the commemorative, the Legends Club. Not even the Hard Hat Club, the Legends Club. It is. Spin again, Jack. Spin again. 4:17 p.m. Eastern, 2.5 hours to kick off Michigan, Washington. I'm in my fan gear. I'm going as a fan. I cannot wait for this game. And we can't end the show better than that. James sings, "Hail to the victors, hail to the victors, valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and best, hail to the victors, valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the champions of the West. Go Blue! Boom! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go. 3:18. We got 2 minutes left in the show. Anyone wants to be on the commemorative hard hat, send in a 50 spot. We hit the goal. Ace of Spades 64-7. Ace, give me a 50, dog. I'll get you on the commemorative hard hat, the Legends Club, the Legends hard hat. It'll be on every show forever. The history of this show forever. It's like hang your hat in the rafters, right? The $10 gets you for the season. This one gets you forever. I see the 10 from Ace of Spades. We're going to get him on the hard hat, but the Legends hat. You want to be in the Legends, baby. It has now 1080 in Super Chats, 1,080. He says, let's go Michigan, 34-27. Get this victory. The Legends Club is as such. 1 minute until we are off live, so one last chance to be on the Legends. These are the National Championship Legends. Steve Ricard, our friend Steve, Ashley Lawson, one of the huge, she's probably been like the most active and probably most talked about viewer on the show the last 2 months. Yeah, Jack? Cancer-free and won a helmet a couple months ago. Back Road Blue. Hockey Jody, first time super chat yesterday. Hockey Jody came through, and Lords of Shred, $100 yesterday, first time super chat as well. Lord Buddy Bear, a chat sports legend across all of our shows. Basically, he'll be on the Hard Hat Legends Club. He'll be on there forever. Blue Wolverine, big-time supporter show for years and years. Some guy as well, one of our biggest super chatters. Then you get these folks. Strike 3, $200 super chat. I'm DM. I'm FaceTiming after the game. Jack's mom, Chris Latteray, mother of young Harbaugh. John Blaze, our 2022 and 2023 MVP, and got a good start in 2024 as well. He'll be on there. Shane Johnson, saw him last night at the bar, and we did shots tequila together. He's on there. He told me last night he was going to do it. Charles Canabrew, $200 super chat. I'm FaceTiming Charles after the game. Joey just came through with one. Jim Printable just came through with one. These are our hard hat legends, and another legend is Chase Senior. Chase, let's show the people they want. Check polls full screen really quick so we can get in there. Woo!
What was the chant that we were doing last night at the bar?
Hi-yo. Fuck Ohio. Fuck Ohio. That one broke out at the bar. We started it, the whole place. But after we chug this beer, so Chase can chug, I'm going to chug.
If you haven't already, like the video. We're 7 likes away from 200 likes. If you haven't already, like the video while James chugs. Let's go. Let's get to 200 likes if you want Michigan to win.
It's very tough to chug out of a bottle, but I would have finished it, but it's fine. Let's see. Ace of Spades, first day of college. Congrats, Ace of Spades. Let me tell you what. A lot of opportunities to slack off in college. Make sure you get your work done. Don't do the old, I can drop that class, etc. Just get through it. But who needs chemistry class tonight? It's game day. Jim Printable, Jack, I did want to show this before we cut off. I know I said 4:20. It's 4:21. The video from last night. Hail to the victors. Kirby Ice House in nearest, like just 5 minutes west of downtown Houston. We didn't go in there knowing it. It was actually Shane, I think it was Shane, that told me that he knew people that were going there, etc. He ended up showing up at 1 a.m. And we started the Fuck Ohio chant. We started Let's Go Blue. Let's Go Blue. It was like 60% Michigan fans. Did you kind of say 60%? And maybe by the end it was like 75 or 80, 90% Michigan fans. By early on, 9 o'clock we got there. We stayed till after 1 a.m., so that's how much fun we were having. And the entire place, and I don't think I really captured how loud, how exciting it was, but the entire place broke out in Hail to the Victors. The victors, hail to the country, hail, Michigan, the champions of the Go Blue! And there you have it, Michigan Football Report. Last show before the National Championship game, so our last live show, last show of any capacity before this National Championship game. We'll be live after the game. Wi-Fi pending. You'll see 4 grown men jumping up and down. I'll be out of control, right? So I'll cry, I'll scream, I'll jumping down. I might run into the field and streak after the game. I might do it. I might streak after the game. You never know. Bail me out. What are you going to do? Bail me out. What are you going to do? Put down my record or something like that? I'll be a legend. The super chairs will bail me out, that's for sure. Who you got, Michigan, Washington? Strike three, it's got the M emoji, Ashley Lawson, Jim Printable, Tina Brandon. If I had $100 for super chat, I'd send it. Love you guys. Thank you so much, Tina. We only ask from super chats from anyone who can, afford to do it. Don't break the bank to support us. We want to keep giving you content, but if you can't afford it, that's fine too. Hail from Ashley Lawson, Zaire, strike three. Get those M emojis, strike three in the live chat. Get them going there tonight. Hit me with your phone number, strike three. I will check Twitter here in a second to help you get it. Okay, got it. You sent me a DM. Strike three says, I'll send bail money. So there you go. Bail has been sent. I'm streaking. I might go streaking. I might go streaking. I need to smell. I'll take a sock and put it over like the middle area, so I'm not fully there. Joey says, thank you so much for the super chats. Joey, ace of spades. We got the bail money, so I think we got the bail money covered. Let's go blue. Bring me full screen, Jack, really quick. Let's go blue if you guys can. Subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do so. We're signing off. We're going to head to Blue Sweet Lot at NRG. We'll probably be there about 45 minutes, I would guess. We'll drop some stuff over there. Head to the game. Enjoy it. Toss up there, Jack. Why don't you one more time? This is where we'll be, the Blue Sweet Lot right next to the stadium. You see the stadium right there. We'll be right next to it. Probably around 4:15 Central Time, 45 minutes from now. Let's go blue. For Chase Sr., for Brett Scott, for Young Harbaugh, a.k.a. Jack Harbaugh, a.k.a. Young Harbaugh. Let's go blue. We'll see you later.